Yo, what up, everybody? I'm Race, and I'm here with John from Gearbox. Hello.
Hi,
Yeah, so
I'm John
we're
from Gearbox.
John from Gearbox. We're doing today the big bingo game mode premiere. Something we've been working on for quite a while, and we're finally here to show you guys all the new stuff. On your screen, you've seen some rules flash by, but we'll explain them in a bit. The format today is we have two players that normally play in our events, Dan and Disputed, versus two Gearbox devs. We're going to have Bruno and Carter. You may have heard Bruno's voice from all of the previous dev diaries and stuff as well, especially the one that came out today if you missed it. Very cool. New stuff on DLC 3. Also, for you guys, we have some DLC 3 keys to give away. And that doesn't mean you get to
Woo!
play early, but it means you'll have it, which is cool. After each of the loadouts today, we'll give those away to you guys, which will be fun. Yay for DLC
Definitely.
3.
When it
um,
comes out in 2027, everyone will be thrilled to put their keys in and play
yeah, they won't have to spend the $80 surely for the DLC.
it.
uh, it'll be
Don't
good.
give Gearbox any ideas.
Oh, okay. I won't say anything. So let's take a look at the format today before we start. I think we're still waiting on some things. So let's take a look. Let's see what we're working with today. So we have a website with a bingo board. Wowee. The players today are going to have one bingo board throughout the entire day, and they have three loadouts to try to beat as many tiles as they can. It's 1 point for every tile and 5 extra for every bingo. So there's a lot of really cool ones in here that they're going to have to get really creative with to solve. One of my favorites, actually, let me take a look at this one, is this one. Petting the frog and then leave it on the ship. There's a lot of cool ones, though, like pinging an elder or avoid touched elder Lemurian. But the best one, the most interesting one, we have a negative tile in the middle, which means at no point during the entire day can any of these players not satisfy this condition. If they fail the negative tile, they break it forever. So
Yikes.
there's a lot of stakes on the line with this one, and we got to make sure that you know, we keep those teleporters fast and easy. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a very tough day. I also believe that the devs are playing on, I think, Monsoon. I think the other guys are playing on E8. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. We'll see what they choose when they start. We'll
Yeah, I
see.
was in a chat with them all just about half an hour ago, and they were contemplating. They were like, "Shall we play on E8 so we don't look bad in front of everyone? So we don't look like that we're bad at our own game?" And I was just like, "Well, I don't play on E8, and I am the best Risk of Rain player there is."
That's true. I learned everything I know from John.
So
So,
I think I know that Bruno, when he plays, he does play on Eclipse.
mm-hmm.
So they might choose to play on E8. We'll just have to wait and see.
We'll just wait. I think we're still just waiting on Bruno, and then we can start up. I think they're helping him out in the help desk here, which is no worries. The first loadout actually with Commando and Huntress, I think it's a good starting point. We are having them join in the same game as well, fully co-op this time. Normally in the races we've done in the past, we've done it a little bit more separately because of the netcode stuff. But having them kind of be in the same game gives us a lot more advantages on what we can kind of do for cooperation tiles. Like specifically as well, the one here, they cannot have any overlapping items throughout an entire run. So they're going to have to be very, very specific on how they pick up loot and engage with the game. If, for example, me and John are on a team, which would make the best team, by the way, and I pick up a watch and John picks up a watch, that tile's gone. So you got to be really careful with that kind of stuff. It's going to be really interesting to see not only how they solve a lot of these tiles, but how they'll blame each other for when those tiles break. I think the
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the dev team falling out with each other.
mhm.
That's going to be very entertaining for me.
Okay, I think
I'm
we
just looking.
have
Oh,
everyone
yeah, looks
ready.
like it.
So we're right before we start. I'm gonna bring everyone in, and you guys are gonna say hi to the devs. I know they want to say hi to you guys. We're gonna say hi to Disputed and Dan, and then we're gonna get started on our first loadout today. Hell yeah! Hello everybody.
Oh,
Hello
boy.
everybody.
Moon.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, so you guys are about to start the first loadout once we kick you out of here. Everyone excited? Everyone ready?
Dude, I'm
Stoked.
shaking.
Yes,
Make sure you choose who you want to host the lobby. Make sure pause is on, and you guys can get started whenever you want. We'll be there to watch it.
Okay. Goodbye.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck, guys.
Peace.
All right, let's switch over to the screen so we can see everyone getting ready to play.
Nice.
I'm excited. I've been waiting for this for so long, setting it up for so many months, and we're finally here.
Finally, yeah. This Swiss Army knife one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to wrap my head around how that's even possible. Activate 4 unique equipment in 5 seconds. How the hell are they going to do that?
Well, I think
so. There's maybe like the tricorn hat, the Kronda, and there must be another one with a very short cooldown.
Well, the crowdfunder won't work for this one, actually.
Won't it?
No, it doesn't have like a real activation. So for that one, we're probably going to have to see 2 equipments on the ground and each person having an equipment, them using it, and them swapping to it, and then using a new one. So we'll probably have to have some fuel cells as well. We also do in loadout number 2, we have a captain with resupply beacon, and they can use that actually to help out. If they are thinking.
Credit card work as well?
Yes, actually, I believe so. That'd actually be a good one.
Quite lucky with getting specific equipment.
Mm-hmm. It is doable on this seed, though. We did make sure of that.
Oh, cool.
Bottled Chaos? I don't know. That's actually a good question. You can see on the on Dan's screen there, he failed one already. There is achievement. It's the top left. It's called Frugalist. Don't go through a stage without spending money. You're gonna see that one pop up quite a bit until they figure it out. It's just gonna keep saying failed.
It seems like logically quite an easy one to do because you just get the other person to buy the stuff for you, but it just adds loads of time onto the stage because that person has to get around to all of the chests in order to do them.
Well, that would be a good idea, actually, but if either person spends money, it fails it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like only one of you.
So they have to, it's not so easy. They have to have.
It looks like the dev team are doing that straight away. It looks like
maybe
they've gone straight to the teleporter. They're doing the Vagrant now with no items.
It looks like they are playing on Monsoon as well. They did figure it out. Yeah. I think they were just like, hey, you know what? Let's have a fun time today. We'll worry about impressing people later. I think.
We'll cry about fall damage over and over.
I think the negative tile to not take too long per teleporter here. Ooh, we already have a death for Carter, actually.
We have. Yeah, Carter's dead. You didn't get LOS.
It's pretty brutal on Disputed and Dan on the right side of the screen because they have smaller teleporter circles. So they're going to actually have to work a little bit harder to keep that. Ooh, and we already see a team wipe for good old Gearbox on the left. I think they're pushing a little bit too far on that one. That specific tile is a little bit tough, but don't worry, they can go back in. They do lose that time they spent doing that though, and they only have 50 minutes on the clock. So now they start at 47. So they are draining a bit.
That was a practice run, right? This.
Oh yeah. Now this is the real
They
one.
can lock in.
Yeah. They got it. That one is going to be a little bit tough though to figure out when you can actually go through a stage without spending money. It may be that you can do it stage 1, but it can be a little bit tough. They can also do the Halcyon Night for that one as well, if they wanted to, I believe. So.
Oh yeah, that'd make it easy, yeah.
Oh, but they're going right back to it. All right, good luck.
Straight back to the vagrant. Try and play around some cover, boys.
I believe in them this time. They got it.
Carter's just jumping around in the open again. Come on, son.
You guys, and also see at the bottom of the screen, we have some rotating tiles going through, just so that you guys can, soak in more of the board slowly as you're kind of watching the events. I don't expect everyone to memorize the whole board right now yet, but maybe after a couple hours, you can start to, as we start to whittle down the tiles, you can start to be like, okay, I know which ones are kind of left as we go on. That is the idea. The worst part about streaming this is just like, I don't want to overwhelm people, but slowly we'll get there. You guys will be able to know everything. The board is not on the website today, so it's just through stream stuff. I'll try my best to pull up the board whenever we're explaining stuff, and I'll show you where it is, where each tile is.
Well, the Gearbox team have managed to defeat the stage 1 boss, and they're not collecting the teleporter items, so...
Oh, well, one of them is. We know that Bruno picked up the Predatory there.
Oh, he did. Oh, I can see that now, yeah.
It looks like they are focusing on not spending that money, though. Getting Frugalist out of the way pretty quick would be kind of a nice thing. The thing I am worried about, though, is that when you team wipe, right, and let's say Carter and Bruno both die, and they're pretty far into their run and they have a few tiles, they'll actually lose the oldest tile that they earned. So if Frugalist is the first tile they earn, and they team wipe, they'll have to do this again at some point. Which kind of is scary a little bit. You don't really want to get in a position to have to really do the hard tiles over and over again.
And they're now doing the Halcyon Shrine, so they're getting the items from that as well.
Nice. That's a good way to try to get as much as you can out of the stage without actually buying any chests. Good idea from them. Meanwhile, for blue team, it looks like all teams right now are focusing on the spiced variety tile. Let me show you guys that one. It's this one right here. It is, they cannot have overlapping items. So the goal is, don't have the same item. And that's why you saw Bruno pick up both Predatories instead of saving one for his teammate. Because if they both have it, they fail it. So they just want to make double sure that they're all doing that. It looks like everyone wants to take that one out, load out one if possible. Which makes sense. That one's kind of a tough one. And if you let it, kind of linger, it can be really hard in the last couple loadouts when you're just trying to blitz through the game.
Yeah.
So far, actually, I don't think anyone's gotten a tile here. Nope. Not yet. But we'll get there. We'll see some tiles flood in. We do have, I think, 1 point for everybody at the moment, just because of the negative tile in the middle.
The fuel array one is place a fuel array in a time chest on Rally Point Delta. Do you think they'll just avoid that one? That one sounds very tough.
Oh, that one is kind of tough. Bringing a fuel array into the Prion chest is pretty hard. A, you have to have a fuel array, obviously. B, you have to get there really fast, right? So there's like these...
It's like 10 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, 10 minutes to get to stage 3.
Stage 3, yeah. And, oh no, they have actually got a rally point on this seed, haven't they?
Yeah, there's loadout 1.
The last one as well.
and Loadout 3, they have Rally Point. So they can dream for stages if they want in this game mode. And everything is seeded, by the way, between both teams. Even if they dream. So, for example, if me and John, the best team, dream for, some other stage, and the other team also dreams for that stage, everything's going to be the same. So, but they could, like on Loadout 2, if they need an extra...
How do we restart?
What do you mean? You don't have any
It's great
tiles.
now.
Just die if you want to restart.
Just die? Okay.
Yeah. Good luck.
Why are they restarted?
I don't know. Looks like they want to give up their run already because of something. Whatever strategy that they're focusing on.
Did they both pick up the same item or something? Because they've
Maybe.
both got a leeching seed there.
Oh, that might be what it is. I'm actually a bit behind Disputed, so I'm gonna speed him up if possible. You can catch up there. There we go. Looks like the devs are actually doing pretty well here, though. They're going to get out of stage 1 pretty quick. They're playing these blood shrines as well. If we look at the board, there is one here. Where is it? Blood Money. Completing 3 full blood shrines. So it looks like the devs might be able to get that one pretty quick. And it looks like they're going to get that one before they leave this stage as their first tile. Which would be really good news for them, because I think it's a lot easier to get than not spending money on a stage. Which is pretty smart by them as well. And they're taking a moment to actually look at the tiles.
Are Dan and Disputed now going to have that same one-loss handicap that the devs did? Even though they didn't die, they've chosen to reset. Or they did die, didn't they? They died themselves.
They restarted and took the 10-minute hit to restart stage 1. But they didn't have any tiles, so all they did lose was just time there.
Yeah.
And we're seeing Bruno just use that slug just to heal up for the blood shrines. I think they're gonna get out of here after this one. I think they only need a couple more. Almost there. I'm really curious on.
Haven't got any heals.
Yeah, I'm really curious on how Disputed and Dan are going to make up 10 minutes of time. 10 minutes is a lot of time when you think about how many tiles you need to beat. In all of our tests, we've never had anyone complete the board, by the way. Not fully. So
what's the closest? Have you had like just 1 or 2 missing, or?
I think we've had 20 out of 25 abouts.
That's nice.
Which is not bad, but
yeah, not bad at all.
Does mean they need to start thinking about how they're gonna get out of here. Disputed dead already on blue team. Oh, that's tough.
Ouch.
Not looking so great for our streamers, honestly. It kind of seems like the devs have more of a handle on what's going on here, to be honest.
Are they sure they don't want to reduce down to Monsoon?
Their pride will not let them, John.
Yeah, they would. They would rather lose than play on Monsoon.
Unfortunately, it's just taking so long for the devs to get done with the blood shrines, because they're just like, they have to hit blood shrines essentially 9 times here with only 1 slug. So they're really just waiting.
Can those healing shrines, can they spawn on this stage? I know there's not one there, but can they spawn on there?
I don't think so. Maybe, actually. I don't know, actually. I don't even want to answer on that one.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue. It's just there's one of those things that I completely ignore in the game until I need one.
Like, I will see them, but like my brain won't see them. Like, it just filters them out automatically when you walk by. All right, and they're just waiting.
I haven't got a clue what stages they do and don't appear on.
And Bruno's going to get this last hit, and boom, blood money done. We have our
Nice.
first tile completed, and it's for the devs.
And straight
Beautiful.
to the bazaar as well for them.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the ones they can do in here? What are the lunar based ones?
Oh, they also complete for this. That's 2 for the devs. 2-0. Well, 2-1, basically. In here, they can get the logbook, which Bruno is going for right now, if he knows exactly where it is. Also, it looks like Carter is trying to memorize the new artifact code. We have randomized artifact codes in this mod that you have to remember if you want to use the Ambry, which is one of the tiles.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's writing that one down. He knew where this one is, which is pretty good. Oh, wait, Bruno missed the logbook on the way
he
down
missed
there.
the log again. Yeah,
Nah, he's got it this
and he's
time.
nearly dead. Oh, he can't die from 4 damage, can he?
Mm-mm. It's gonna be a little bit easier
on-
for the
not on
devs
Eclipse.
to get that one than our streamers. They can also go to
they're gonna
Void
go
Fields
to-
if they want. They can go to the Ambry later. They can go to the Gold Portal. We know there's a logbook there. They need 4 logbooks over the course of the entire day. And it looks like
They're thinking about it.
they're really thinking
They're thinking
about it.
it. Because it's the logbook on that stage is like high up in the rings, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Really high up. So it's really, really hard to get to. I don't even know if they'll be able to get it.
Huntress, which dash are they using?
The triple blink.
The horizontal one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they were using the based loadout of Arrow Rain and the normal dash, they might be able to do it, but not with this loadout. Oh no, they've gone straight to stage 2.
Okay, I think that was the better call. They also don't have a lot of loot right now, and I think the Gilded Coast would be a little bit problematic. One thing we do have in this mod as well is to save time and kind of like energy on the players as they're kind of in a race with someone else. When they go to the Gilded Coast, they'll have a little bit of starting cash, so they can get the torches a little bit easier. Because sometimes they could take 10 plus minutes on that stage to get through, depending on when you go in. So
Yeah.
it looks like everyone is on stage 2 now. Disputed has 0 items, which kind of worries me a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, Dan is stacked.
Looks like they didn't want to restart again after Disputed's quick death, so they're just hoping that they can get Disputed fed up here, get some stuff. I hope they really think about that, because getting into a death spiral here would be pretty bad. Make it very hard.
Where's the logbook on this stage? Is it up in one of those rings
Um,
in the pillars?
there's no logbook. I don't know if there's an artifact code actually on this one. Is there?
I can't remember.
This one only spawns the map radar for the logbook.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Most standard stages do. All the hidden realms though have the logbooks. So Ambry, Void Fields, the Moon, I guess, is a hidden stage if you count it that way. The Bazaar, obviously, and those are probably going to be the books they go for today. That tile, by the way, for the logbooks is also persistent, so they can get it over the course of all 3 loadouts. They don't need to get all of them in one run. There are a few tiles that work that way, and that is one of them. Looks like we already see a lot of damage. Yeah. Sailstar is going crazy. I would have actually maybe given that one to Bruno so they each have one, but small optimization. It's all good. A lot of bands this stage as well. We see a few chests with them. Actually, I think it's mainly the Sailstar that was given the bands. Sailstar as well. Everything you can think of is seeded, but especially Sailstar. If you open the same type of chest as another team with Sailstar, you'll get the same Sailstar item. That's how it works here.
Damn. They got the highly useful Gauze Tome and Infusion there.
And more bands. It looks like Carter just has to wait for Bruno to come pick it up because they don't want to fail Spiced Variety.
Oh,
Which
of
is,
course.
it's one of the things you have to you might have to start walking around together, just so Bruno's not walking back and forth all over the stage or stuff like that. It's tough. It's one of those tiles that you might be really vigilant about really early, and then later on you might just forget. And like we see with the blue team, they already failed Spice Variety. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but Disputed's one item that he picked up failed it because he didn't check.
Whoops. I don't think they're going to want to restart again. And there is
No.
one to do something with the elusive antlers, isn't there, to maintain the speed? Is it?
And we just saw Dan get that one right now. Keep max
nice.
stacks of antlers for 60 seconds. We still have not yet seen the devs pick up the antlers yet, so once they get it, I'm sure they'll get that one pretty quick.
Is there any penalty if they die and get resurrected because there's a seed of life there?
Well, the Seed of Life would protect against team wipes and stuff like that. Any like Dios or Shrine of Shaping or anything will help them out. Looks like there's some printers here that the teams are thinking about. There's a lot of decisions to be had. Looks like Dan is just kind of soaking up all the items though. Still, I need to see Disputed get some stuff.
They just got a desk plant. So
Oh,
I'm
beautiful.
assuming, are they now like hoping for a recycler or something? Is that why they didn't pick it up straight away?
That would be correct. Carter dies though, so now it's kind of on to Bruno to finish the stage without dying. If they do die, they lose blood money, the first tile they got back or they earned.
And that
So
would be a
actually,
shame.
let me check on the board and see what we got here. So we can already see that red team has a couple tiles. They're pretty far away from each other. They're not going to be in any bingos. And blue only has one, and it's not connected with the middle either. So we're not seeing any huge bingos yet. Oh, on the dev team, we do see one of our new lunar barrels. We start all the devs off with a couple of coins, or every player off with a couple of coins, and the only way they can get new coins is with these barrels they have to find throughout the stage. So check them out. They're pretty cool. They're custom modeled. Wowee. Yeah, I mean, that means no getting extra coins per loadout. You can't kill Mythics and get coins. You have to find those. And that way, that was our solution to best seeding the coins across both teams. It's just like, hey, if you scouted enough, you got more.
Yeah.
I hope that Bruno can figure this stage out. This would be a pretty tough stage to lose here. If Bruno spends a lot of time on the stage to, try to get through it and then dies, that would be pretty sad. They'd lose a tile and spend, X amount of time wasted. So gotta keep that in mind. Let's just hope he can do it. He does have 3 bans though, so I think I believe in him well enough.
Yeah. Same.
It looks like Disputed has gotten a few more things. Hopefully. He's good. I mean, he does have double egg here. It looks like they're starting to TP soon, or should be. Oh, no, they're leaving. Good. On to stage 3. Fortunately for blue team, they did not pick up the fuel array. I think they would have died a few times had they picked that up stage 1.
Yeah.
But so it looks like for loadout number 3, probably blue team is planning on taking the fuel array to this map if they're focusing on that tile at all. Oh, Bruno is popping an elixir, and that is a death for Bruno, and that means we have a minus tile for the dev team. So you think it's you think they're ahead? They're kind of back down with everyone else.
Yeah.
It is 2-2. Well, at least Carter is back alive, can help out a little bit, has some gasoline and all that kind of stuff.
I suppose giving the fuel array to Artificer in that last one, because Ion Surge Artificer, so a lot more survivability than Mercenary.
I think both would be pretty good. I could see definitely the streamers putting it on Merc just because of Eviscerate. I could see
Yeah.
totally the devs doing what you said and just having it on Artie and just kind of flying around, just saying like, "Hey, I only want to,
Yeah.
I want to chance it."
Abuse those iframes.
Yeah. Ooh, a lot of damage coming out towards the dev team right now, and they might actually lose their other tile. Might actually lose Frugalus here if they're not careful. I'm seeing Bruno walk in a straight line, which kind of scares me. Yeah.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed. So lost that that tile for completing a stage without spending money. Tiles come quick, they also go really quick. So gotta be careful. Man, that's
losing on ones
a tough one to lose too. And
they're
if
dying
they're-
left, right, and center now.
if they're not careful here, they'll lose their negative tile as well. They have to complete this teleporter pretty quick. Oh, they won't. It looks like they're going to break all of their tiles, actually. Oh, they actually game overed because they had no more tiles to
Yeah.
lose. Well, they're back to stage 1. That is
Yes.
tough.
Yep. And I had high hopes when when Dan and Disputed restarted. I was like, back in the game. We can do it, boys. But no.
Looks like Disputed have a little bit of a foothold right now. At least their run is doing a little bit better. I'm still worried about Disputed because he doesn't really have a lot of items yet. I would like to see some bleed on him or something to really help out here. It looks like Disputed's trying to go for one of the achievements to stay an egg for a minute, but no enemy spawn for him there. Probably have to do it a little bit later.
I hardly ever use egg. Does it extend the time when you hit an enemy?
Yeah.
Ah.
It resets the duration fully when you hit anything and do damage,
Hmm.
which is really, really cool. It's not one of those things that a lot of people really know about, but it's one of those tiles we thought would be fun. And we see a Dio's drop on blue team as well. Disputed picking that one up. There's also a lunar item that Disputed is going for. Hooks of Heresy is a lot of damage, so maybe that's kind of the damage that Disputed is hoping for here. It also does cause a debuff onto enemies, a pretty unique one at that. So maybe they can get one of the tiles where they have to put in a lot of debuffs on enemies. That'd be kind of neat way to do it.
Have you ever had a tile to turn into Heretic?
We thought about it, but with the coin limitations, we thought it might be too hard or just too luck-based. But it'd be a fun one. We have a lot of tiles that we haven't seen today, so we're going to have a lot of events with just a lot of new tiles and just a lot of replayability with it too. That's one of the things I really wanted with the system, is just be able to be like, all right, roll a new board, and then just have an insanely new and fresh bingo race every time. Looks like Disputed and Dan are actually kind of pulling ahead here. They did fail Spice Variety, though, I believe. So even if they get to stage 5 and beat it, they're going to have to focus on sharing items on a new run. I do feel bad for the devs, though, because at only 26 minutes remaining, they're going to have to start blitzing through the stages to beat stage 5. Not that they necessarily have to beat stage 5, but it would get them the Spice Variety tile if they were sharing items properly. That is one of the things on that. If they're going for these blood shrines again, though, it might take them a while. Stage 1, I don't know. It's kind of
that's a good sort of 5 or 6 minutes down the drain.
Oh, we see a Molten Perforator on blue team as well now.
Nice.
Very nice for Commando as well, especially with Hooks of Heresy. That's a good combo that we don't really see too often, but, you know, hooking enemies down to not move and then having the Molten Perforator kind of just rain down on them. Sweet. I would prioritize maybe a little bit more just trying to get through the stages at this point. I think a common trap that players of this mode will fall into is just trying to take on too much at once. You're like, oh, we have to do this, and this tile right now. And they start doing it, and then they find that it's too hard to just play the game. And then you start losing tiles and stuff, and it gets really hard. So I would say maybe pick a path, pick a couple, and then just try to do your best.
What's the benefit? Because obviously none of the except for like things like petting the frog and then getting to this ship, what's the benefit of actually getting to the end of the game?
So
The fact that you can start again.
yeah. So once you beat Mithrix in a run, you still have that time on the top right, right? So let's say me and John beat Mithrix at 30 minutes. We can restart the same seed and with 20 minutes left and see what else we can get on that seed, especially now that we know things about that seed because we've played it. We can be like, oh, we can do this now because we have that knowledge. So it is really a big advantage to be able to go back. We've seen a lot of tiles we gotten, like we have one to get a pearl, for instance, right? And you may not know if there's a cleansing pool that run until you find one. And so resetting after you beat Mithrix is a great way to just be like, hey, we can get that one easy. We have the knowledge for it. Easy peasy. We see Dan printing speed, hopefully for the speeded too. Yeah, good call. Looks like the devs really want this blood money one back. They are trying to kill House Knight for that extra loot. House Knight is a little bit tanky on multiplayer. A little bit.
and with no items.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like the devs got through stage 1 alive so far. They're really wanting that slug, right? Yeah. Slug, Noxious Thorn is great. I'm actually surprised they didn't take Noxious Thorn for Commando there. Has innate bleed, that would be pretty good.
And there's a tile for transferring debuffs with Noxious Thorn as well, isn't there?
Correct, yeah. We have to... Let me just check exactly what that tile says for you guys.
Is it 20?
It is 20 stacks.
20 total debuffs.
Mm-hmm. Which is a little bit harder than it looks, because Noxious Thorn only, I guess, chains 30% of the debuffs. So you would
get like 60 bleed.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Transfer it.
Or what you can do, like if you have a slow or something like that, and you only have one stack of it, it will chain the one stack. So you can get a pretty decent amount of just couple stacks, but you will need something large, like a scorpion or a huge bleed stack to transfer over. It's a little bit tough. That is not one of the easier tiles. Looks like blue team is actually doing a little bit well for themselves here, all the way on stage 4. Disputed actually has a build now, which is great. He can survive on his own. Everyone has a little bit of speed over on that team too, which I really like. And AoE. It looks like, yeah, I think foregoing Spiced Variety right now is probably the right move. Just saying, hey, let's get through this run. Let's focus on like doing the item sharing thing later. And let's see if we can just get some points on the board. Which I think is totally fair. Because at the end of the day, it's you gotta get some bingos, man. It's the name of the game.
Too right. I don't know what strategy I always use when we did a little practice, a little bit behind the scenes. We did a little bit of a practice run the other week. It was me and Preston, and me and Preston just pretty much ignored all the challenges and just played a run.
And you guys did okay.
Bruno was and Bruno was like strategizing every last little thing. So he probably had a strategy in mind, and now he's not going to deviate too far from that strategy.
It's tough because you kind of just gotta do whatever the seed provides, you know? Like, you can have a plan going into it, but I mean, if the run is not giving you what you need, it's just so much harder. And they really want these blood shrines, though, I will tell you. They're like, we gotta get these two back. Yeah. Well, it's like they're on their last blood shrine, though.
I suppose if they don't do it here, where are they going to do it? But I would get better healing before I try to do that, though.
Yeah. You only need 3 blood shrines over the course of a run. So what they could have done is just say, hey, let's get 1 blood shrine here, and let's keep going, because they're very common. We'll probably find some other ones later. And if not on this run, then surely the other couple runs. It's a pretty easy tile, but they are using a lot of their available time on it. So it does kind of worry me a bit. But hey, you never really know what it's going to end up like. Because like we've seen, we could have Disputed and Dan, for instance, you know, have like basically the full board and then lose it. We'll never know.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, we do have another point for our red team coming in. That Blood Money is back, and then Frugalus is back. So good job for them. They do have this this plan going forward for it, for sure. Oh, I think he missed the logbook again. It looks like they're going Void Fields now, which that scares me. I don't think Void Fields is a pretty easy place without items here. He missed it again. Oh no. Oh yeah, Disputed lost his Dios there. Also the Shrine of Shaping buff. This is kind of a scary teleporter for them. Ooh, they might end up failing the negative tile here, especially if they can't kill the boss in time.
So what are they thinking with going to the Void Fields? The logbook?
The logbook, yeah. Or just trying to get some extra items. Ooh, and that is a minus tile from blue team. They lost the Following Instincts
damn.
with the Elusive Antlers. Fortunately, that is a pretty easy one to get back. I think ooh, and they're restarting that run. That's a tough one.
Well, I'm glad that they're struggling as well.
Yeah. No one, I thought they would have had a better footing here, but looks like they were struggling at the end too. A lot of stage ones
the
today.
logbook on the Void Fields is timed. You have to do it within a certain amount of time.
All of them actually are. It's just that usually Void Fields and the Moon take the longest, like, as stages. Is it 5 minutes? Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I think it's 5 though. So if they, sit in the vents too long, they might miss their opportunity. It is kind of an out of the way logbook though, so I don't know if they can even pick it up without dying, to be honest with you.
It's like on a ring, like under the map, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much directly under them to the left a little bit, kind of around clockwise.
It's been so long since I've done any of the stuff to do with logbooks.
Yeah, same for me. And so like when I was, setting up all the stuff here, I had to go and make sure I knew where everything was at. Also, I actually had to learn where all the new logbooks are on the new Ambry maps. And I think those are gonna.
I don't think I've even been to those stages in an actual run. I don't think I've done it even once.
I haven't for sure. But it's, they're new, and it might actually throw these guys off as well. I don't know if I actually know for a fact that Disputed and Dan have not gone to those new Ambries. So if they have to look for a logbook there, they might have to get their binoculars out and start looking around. I don't know if they'll find it. Yeah. Could be a little bit tough. It looks like the devs are doing okay here. Crowbars in the Void Fields is kind of scary. Depending on the enemy, mushrooms are all right with it, but I don't know how long they're going to spend here, but it looks like this is kind of their strategy going forward to build up before they go to stage 2.
And they've got a Bungus to heal up if they just want to try and out heal the void damage for a bit and get some items.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what is really funny? After all that run and Dan Disputed having to reset here, they're going with the same path that the devs did. It looks like they're going for Frugalus. They're not going to spend any money stage 1. And maybe they end up going after the Blood Trines and, you never know. But it looks like that's what they're doing. Oh, never mind.
Nope,
Disputed spent some money. Kind of curious why they didn't spend any money for so long then. We also changed it so the Void Fields do lose time with our custom kind of timer here. Normally in runs, you can just stay in the vents and time doesn't move, but if, for example, one team did Void Fields and one didn't, we'd have like a 20-minute disparity between when one team would finish, so I want to have that.
I wonder if we'll change the Void Fields again for Alloyed Collective. I hope we do. I hope that becomes a tradition that we
just every
mess
update.
Around with the Void Fields
Yeah.
like every single update. It seems like a good tradition to stick to.
That's funny. It seems like no one is ever perfectly happy with it. It's like there's always something like, oh, this or that or yada yada. It looks like the devs are kind of having a little bit of an issue here. I think Bruno's trying to leave, but I don't think he's gonna make it. And I think he already went the wrong way, so he has no elixir either, so he's not gonna make it to that portal. Carter might though.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Is there any sort of penalty if one person dies, but then one person manages to escape?
No. It's just a little bit
Okay.
harder, that's all.
He's
Kind of-
losing that health pretty quick.
Yeah, it's gonna get even tougher. We'll see
He's
if
gonna be
this
close.
portal. Oh, he has Bungus. No, he's good.
Oh
Nice.
yes, of course he does. Yeah,
Good.
he definitely would have died there without that.
Yeah, that bell kind of moving in on screen right after he disappears. Oof. Kind of scary. Yeah, the brass contraptions with crowbars are brutal. They can basically one-shot you, so it's worse on Eclipse because you never have one-shot protection. And if you have full health up to your curse, they will just one-shot you with crowbar because they use it. So it's really scary.
Yeah.
All right, back to stage 2 for the devs. Hopefully they loot up
Good
a little
old
bit
Thalian
more here.
Sanctuary.
Yeah, the classic.
They
Was
never
that-
actually found the desk plant the last time either.
I think one of them had it, but I think it was Carter, and I think he died before he could really use it on the boss
right.
there. I hope they're not rushing right for it, but you know they are kind of moving in that direction generally towards the teleporter here.
When you use a are things like the printers all seeded as well? Like literally everything is seeded.
Yeah.
So,
So-
if you
Mhm.
went up to a printer and without scrap, it takes the same item.
Yeah, as best it can, right? There's obviously some RNG. Like if we have, let's say me and you have antlers in our inventory, and the other team doesn't, it won't take antlers if that's the first item seeded. But it will if they also had antlers and that was the first item in that list that is created by the seed, it would also be taken from them. So, assuming that everyone loots everything on a run, it would take exactly the same things, but you know, with some variance.
Yeah.
It ends up being pretty good because most people just end up getting rid of the same things or kind of follow the same general looting path. So, already kind of worried about the devs here. Bruno's a little bit low starting the teleporter. Kind of worried. They gotta really, this is probably the hardest boss for them at this point. They don't have a ton of AoE, they're missing that gas as well that they found on this map last time, which also kind of worries me. Just so many tanky enemies are spawning, and Huntress and Commando aren't really known for their huge AoE burst damage, so gotta be a little bit careful. Also, I don't know if the
surprised that
devs...
it didn't.
No, go on.
I was just gonna say something else, but then I thought that Carter was gonna die to that this guy that's minigunning him.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and he didn't quite make that jump either.
Fortunately, not playing on
One health.
Eclipse. That would have
Yeah.
killed him. It looks like Bruno is dead, though, so... It looks like they might lose that Blood Shrine tile again if they're not too careful here. I think it was a little bit preemptive to jump to the TP that fast. It's kind of interesting. We see the teleporters end up being very problematic for the players in these types of runs. Usually they're not, right? For the most part. At least, for the streamers and stuff especially. It's like, oh, it's just a teleporter, it's no big deal, but it ends up with all these
He didn't bungus
things.
up a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
He just ran halfway across the map with no enemies and didn't stop to heal.
I think he's panicking. I don't think he's thinking about it.
He's like he's just saying, "Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die."
And he died anyway. It's a minus blood money again. I feel like I've been here before.
Deja vu. How long have we got? 8 just under 9 minutes.
Yeah, for the first loadout. Interesting. Oh, and there is the negative tile failed for the devs. So that is one they can never get back throughout the whole day. They're going to be out of that one forever.
Ouch.
That's a tough one. Yeah, and now the devs are down to 1 point, and it could be 0 in a couple seconds here. It's a little bit tough. I'm just kind of hoping that I don't know, maybe Carter clutches this out. No, they're just gonna do the free restart. So normally, if you restart your run, it costs you a tile because you know we didn't want that to be so free. But they died on that stage already, so restarting is free there. So they didn't lose their last remaining tile. Back to stage 1.
Here we
Oh
go
my
again.
gosh.
So how many tiles do they have each now? Is the site accurate where they have 1 each?
1 each at the moment.
I assumed that the streamers would have done miles better than this.
I was hoping, you know. I was hoping. I don't know which team to root for anymore. They're letting me down. It is a little bit of a tough one, though, with Huntress and Commando, I suppose. But like I said, I think they're just taking on too many responsibilities here. It looks like the devs are going again for Blood Money and Frugalist. I think they're just caught in the cycle of like, okay, well, we don't have much time left.
They're sticking to it.
Yeah, might as well go for the old bread and butter, you know. We'll see. We'll see.
You know, they know they have the time to do it, but this is where they start getting complacent and.
Oh, look at that! We have a new
a
tile earned on a blue team.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I agree.
That was a spending one, wasn't it? It spend the exact right amount of money.
Yep, spend the exact amount of money 3 times. So that's a fun one to get as well. That's +1 on blue team, and they're actually forming a bit of a line there. We can see 2 tiles in a row next to each other. Wow, yeah.
Nice. What else? What else have we got in that line? Deal 20,000 damage with executes. Have 20 player allies at once. That one's got to be quite tough.
Oh yeah,
and
the
transfer. Oh, and then the debuff transfer one.
There is
So
a
quite
Noxious
tough ones there
Thorn.
if they went for that bingo.
Yeah, there's a Noxious Thorn on the stage though, but they're not going to be able to get it this run with only 5 minutes left. I don't think there's any way. Revolutionist with the executes probably going to have to happen a little bit later. We have an Artificer run coming up, and Freeze is a great way to use that. Popular though, I mean, for Popular to get all the allies, you're just going to have to get through basically a whole run, right? You're going to have to keep looting drones and all that kind of stuff, so it's if they keep restarting, they'll never get it. I hope they find some footing here to stand on. Disputed again with very, very minimal items, which kind of worries me a lot. I don't like seeing one player out of the group so underfed. Oh, we see Dan getting another tile there, the elusive antler tile coming in for blue team.
Nice.
Pretty nice.
What other ones do you think that they'd be able to get in the next 5 minutes?
Let's check, actually.
With the stages that they have.
I have to kind of scroll
They could possibly
through.
go for the Blood Shrine one, which they might, by the looks of things, they might actually be doing.
Yeah, they actually, yeah, I think they're doing that right now. They could have gone for the RPD fuel array one if they were feeling pretty confident. That would have been a nice time for it, I think.
Yeah.
Not anymore, though. I think it's cutting it a little close. Actually, they still could if they go right to TP stage 2, but they'd have to beat TP stage 2.
That's got to be a very risky one to go for it on Eclipse.
Yeah. It's not so easy. Okay, looks like blue team's gonna go for the blood money one, and I would have been.
There is a bungus on this stage, so there's
nice.
If the devs weren't doing the don't get the items challenge, they would have
been so
found
much
that bungus,
easier.
and the blood shrines one would have been so much easier.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. On the other hand, though, Dan and Disputed, I guess, could have tried to get Frugalist here as well, but they did get a few more tiles with buying stuff, right? Like optimal spending
Mhm.
and following instincts. So looks like they're playing all right now. Hopefully they continue that going forward. They just had to get the had to warm up. You know what I mean? Had to get through
Yeah.
stage 1 a few times so that you remember how all the good stuff.
The devs are doing Halcyon again.
Third time's the charm. I wonder
Oof.
if Disputed and Dan are actually going to leave this stage at all. They might try to get something next stage. Maybe not. And they could actually go to the bazaar this stage, and they can get one of the logbooks there if they haven't been to the bazaar already. That could actually be progress. And what they could actually do as well is they can go to Void Fields right after and maybe just have Dan go get the logbook real quick and then have Disputed kind of wait out the rest of the time.
I think the middle vertical line is probably the easiest bingo to get looking at them. Break 10 items, kill 12 boss monsters. There's the middle one, obviously. Code breaker, so do the artifact code if you know where it is, and spend exactly 5 lunar coins in one run. That feels like the easiest one to me.
I feel like that's fair. The straight lines are a little bit easier to get. The diagonals are very hard on the bingo boards.
Yeah.
So the tough part is though that red team can never get that middle line now because they broke the negative. Really tough.
The pros will be able to get it.
Hopefully. We did just see another tile come in for blue team there. It was blood money. So good job for them. There's actually a lot you can do stage 1 here, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew?
How long have they got though? They've got 1 minute left, just over.
I think they're just focusing on not dying here. For the devs, they have about 4 minutes left because they've gone to more bazaars and stuff like that. So we'll see what they end up getting at the end of this run here. Ooh, Disputed actually taking a death there at the end. So Dan just has to live. If Dan actually dies here in the next 40 seconds, they lose one of the tiles they just got. So
disaster.
Could be. I think Dan will pull through here. I think he'll be fine. Not so many tiles after the first loadout though. You a little bit worried, John? I'm a little bit worried.
Yeah, I mean, it's they've not got very deep into a run.
No.
Which I'm surprised that the devs have struggled so much on Monsoon.
It just shows like how different this game mode can be if you really engage with all the corners and get your fingers in all the pies and stuff. Let's go see what's up with blue team.
Yeah, sure.
And we'll pull up red team on the screen for now. Hey guys, what's up?
Dan's in the bathroom.
Okay. I saw you guys reset a few times on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't the only ones. Well, you can just get rid of it.
Oh.
Surely. Oh, we actually see the devs just got the that tile too. That's really nice.
One.
Yeah. So they actually got a lot more in the last few minutes than I thought they would. So you guys were up to stage 4 when you guys reset on that last one. What happened at the Grove? Because I think you popped a few lives.
Yeah, overestimated our survivability, I guess. The first run, Dan hit the teleporter. We were supposed to do the Halcyon Shrine. If we hit that, we would have been fine. But
I see. It's tough.
I think we
already blaming your teammate, huh? That's crazy.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, well
whoa,
he's
whoa,
not
I just
here,
got back.
so
Come
I'm
on,
gonna-
man. Whoa, whoa, what's going on?
Oh, I was just saying that
Look.
Dan is a great teamate, and I'm happy to be on a team with him.
Oh, dude, that negative tile is going to give us a divorce. I swear to God. It's crazy.
Hey,
Oh,
you
dude.
don't have to get it. Just saying.
I know, dude. It's such a bait, man. It's such a bait.
How do you think you guys did overall on the first one? Did okay?
Very happy with how we recovered. But yeah, a rocky start. But
Yeah.
we came good. We found the best we can, made the best out of it. But yeah, it was a tough gig. Both times we were sort of struggling at the start with the unfortunate death, and then the restart, then trying to get Dio to catch up. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough. How'd the other guys go?
They had, I think, just as hard of a time as you did. So everyone had a tough time.
Okay.
Trying not
First
to
loadout.
smile.
Yeah, that's we were kind of worried.
Oh yeah, it's
They did
brutal.
get some different ones, it looks like. Without spending any money, they got that one, huh? We were gonna
Yeah.
wait till Captain for that one. 'Cause you got the hack shrine.
Mm.
Oh, nice. That is a good strategy,
But,
actually.
And Seeker doesn't need items, especially that loadout.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
Be careful with the
Mm.
no item stuff, though. You know, don't want you going down
Yeah, she's a bit.
yeah. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. It's okay. I think it's pretty safe with the current loadout we're gonna be landing on. I think it's gonna be pretty chill.
Captain
It's
Seeker.
very nice looking and like seeing them on on stage too. Like, oh, thank God it wasn't just us. Thank God. Goodness.
So
No,
40 seconds
yeah.
left for the devs. So can they actually get anything?
I don't think so here. I think they're just trying to stay alive for the last 30 seconds, and then we'll bring them in. I think we have the tech team going in there right after they're done, just to help them with some things, and then we'll bring them in a bit. So what bingo you guys looking for on your board right now, blue team?
I honestly haven't looked much at the bingo lines. I'm not gonna lie. I've been looking at the individuals and like what sort of pops up naturally, something we can do. And then come the end of the sort of second loadout into the third loadout, then start looking at the bingos. Because I know we're looking at per loadout, but not exactly looking at what we the full bingo lines is.
Okay. For the 20 allies one, what if we utilize Captain's resupply beacon with like the backup or something? That's an easy way to get like a ton, right?
I mean, you'd get 12 total. Be close. I mean, it's a great way. Dude, that's such a cool thing with the resupply beacon. It's such a cool ability to have with like a few different things on here, like the egg and the 4 different equipments and the allies, and it's very cool. It's very fun one to play around. Very fun.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
For the allies one, you guys have to live past stage 4 though. Some point.
Yeah. That's easy to do.
Survive
That's
that
easy to
long?
do. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why you're saying it like that. We'll be fine. We just
I like what? I don't know what you mean.
that was a
loadout-
tough run. I will say
Yeah,
that was
like-
rough.
And both survivors are a little bit item hungry.
Yeah. And that was and I don't know, the sun was in my eyes, the moon's
Oh,
in retrograde, and all that
right.
stuff. But yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. It's keyboard's new, and disputer's old. All that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, I think this is an amazing time in between this and next loadout to do a bit of a giveaway. You guys want a DLC 3 code? Whoa!
We have giveaways.
We have
Holy.
giveaways, guys. So
Dude,
Upcoming DLC Alloyed Collective by Gearbox Software. No way.
yeah, given away by us and not Gearbox.
Yeah,
Also-
we're not giving away anything.
No.
Legal team.
I am. Hear that, legal? We're doing great. So the code is, you're gonna type in Gloop. Enter in, everybody. I'll roll the winner in a few minutes here.
Gloop, gloop, gloop. Dude, that's sick. I had no idea. That's awesome.
And I mean, just to be clear, you cannot play DLC 3 early. But you won't have to buy it when it releases. So,
If you win, you're actually on the Gearbox dev team.
oh yeah, that is true. Forgot to mention that one.
We're letting
Whoever gets
anyone on
less
that thing
bingos
these
today
days.
is yeah. Whoever gets
We
less
even let
bingos
Gore
out
back
of
on
the
the
two,
team.
they get booted out. Oh yeah, dude.
You guys have to do it in the Risk of Resources chat. It won't, it won't work if you do it here.
People glooping. Yeah.
My
Yeah, people,
entire
please,
chat is just filled with glue.
By the way,
please
it's
go to
it's
Risk of
not
Resources.
it's not exclamation point gloop. It's just gloop. So all of you
Just
type in
gloop.
exclamation point, you are not in. Sorry. Let's bring in.
That's so.
Let me ask to see if the tech team is done with the devs. We'll bring him in a second here.
I will be
Up
right
on
back.
3 apiece.
Okay.
Man, 3 different tiles. Are these 3 completely unique tiles as well? That's
For
crazy.
what?
The 2 teams.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
only
yeah.
3 apiece, but
No
Wait,
crossover.
did they break that negative
Dude.
tile?
Yes.
they did.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me bring in the devs right now. We'll say hey.
Not to be too happy
Hello,
about it.
developers. How you guys
What's
doing?
up? Good. How are you?
Saw you guys were a real big fan of stage 1 on that one.
Oh, big fan, big fan. You know, I worked on that stage, so I really wanted to see it, you know?
Oh, true.
Well, we were a pretty big fan too. So
Well,
Yeah.
Really? That's great. Good
Yeah.
to
yeah, I
hear.
mean, we were stage 4, and we were like, "You want to go stage 5?" Nah, I'd rather go back to scattered both.
Our
We
favorite.
had Groundhog Day with
Uh-huh.
the blood shrines. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Really fun sitting around.
Oh god.
I very much hope that you guys don't have to redo those again. But how did you feel after the first loadout today?
Oh, devs! It was great. I love having the triple shift with the Huntress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
don't like the triple blink?
I love it. Sorry, did that
Okay,
come off
I
as
don't-
sarcastic? I
I
love
don't trust the way you're saying that. All right.
No, it's great. It's fantastic. No, I thought the loadout was really good. It helped us a lot. Man, that tier 2 though, or stage 2. Woof.
Oh
that's
yeah.
awesome.
It
I think
it
the big
was.
problem.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, I think the big problem was my call out of doing the blood shrines plus like no items on first stage because we just end up so far behind on items and time
Oh,
that
Yeah.
like we were just like really getting cooked.
Tough, yeah.
That was a tough one. And it did not help that stage 2 had the worst boss for you guys for your characters. So
Mhm.
just hard to play around.
Yeah, true. The Beetle Queen, yeah. But I feel happy that I was so relieved to come in and see you guys struggle. Because oh man, that was a long loadout, dude. It was tough. That was a tough slog the entire time.
Oh my gosh. It was my favorite that we just kept looking at the board and was like, is it updating correctly?
Yeah.
We're pretty sure they must have like 5 squares by now. Like
Oh no, it was a whole journey. Disputed and I got together, broke up, got together again. It was a whole thing.
What was your guys' strat, if you don't mind me asking? Just like what happened with you guys?
We got good.
Oh.
Do that and you'll win.
That's good to
Sorry,
know.
man.
Writing that down,
Some
Carter?
strats
Yeah.
of fast.
Good. Okay, got it.
Some
Mhm.
strats of
2025
fast. You
goal,
weasel,
yeah.
get out of here. Like, get your own
We just
strats.
struggled. Originally
Fair enough,
on
fair
stage
enough.
4, we were gonna hit the Newt and try to dream for Sky Meadows, so we could get both the lunar one, and then we had an egg at that point too, so we were just gonna use
Oh, nice.
the egg on the rocks.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that is a good strategy.
Yeah,
I shouldn't.
it's really-
I shouldn't have revealed that.
You need to stop talking, man.
Yeah.
I don't
Yep.
know.
I was
Alright.
talking smack. You notice you
Writing
handing it out, dude.
Notes. More
Volcanic
notes.
egg exists.
It does.
All right. Well, I think it's about time for me to choose a winner of the DLC 3 code. Let's pick one. 34N15ish. You Banish basically is your name, but post something in chat. Let me know you're here. Everyone
Bug,
say
bug, bug, bug.
GG because we're not sore losers and we can appreciate someone else winning. They said no way.
GG Banish, well done, man.
All right. DM the Risk of Resources Twitch account, and we'll get you your code.
Congratulations.
We'll give away another one after the next loadout, and that's actually a good time. You guys all ready for the next loadout? Loadout 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
The
Let's get
much
to it.
better loadout.
And we'll see how you guys do this time. Good luck, everybody.
Right. Good luck, guys. Love you. Bye.
Thanks.
Do we
Bye.
have time to like strategize, or do we just jump straight in?
I'll give you guys a minute. You guys can get a minute, and then you
Okay.
can go in.
Appreciate it.
Pre-
All right. Just me and you, John, again.
Yo.
Howdy. All right.
So what are we looking at now? So Captain and Seeker. So we should have fewer deaths because I've heard that Seeker might be a bit strong.
I have heard that as well, actually. I've seen a few no item Equip State runs on Seeker, actually.
Jesus.
Yeah. One of those characters, I think. Well, I think since we do have Meditate in this build, it should be a lot better. We should see fewer team wipes, fewer tiles lost, hopefully. Maybe they can get to stage 5 this run. That would be pretty big. DLC 3 is not releasing today, my friend. There was a Dev Thoughts that was released today on the new DLC. And you can check that out on the Gearbox official YouTube channel. Or you could find it on the Risk of Rain 2 Steam news feed. And
It
the
is,
Risk of
however,
Rain 2
due to
Discord.
come out later this year, and we are on schedule for it to come out this year as well.
Oh, I don't think people actually knew. I think they were still speculating, like, if it was going to come out this year at all. So, hey.
Yeah, we announced that. I think when I think on the announcement one, we mentioned that, and then I've just clarified it on the Dev Thoughts that went out today.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, we are very much on schedule for it to go out later this year.
Hell yeah.
It's going, but with the new team that we've put together, the team is much larger and can work to a higher standard at a quicker pace.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all going very smoothly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's in a very, very near complete state right now. There's some work that needs to be done to it, but it's just going to be months of QA now at this point.
Everyone's writing down in
people-
their journal, like he said, months, and then this year, like there's a window.
I thought you were going to say Gearbox actually has a QA department. Yes, and they work very, very hard. And doing QA for this game is an absolute bloody nightmare.
And it just gets worse every update too. Yeah.
So we introduce one new enemy. Okay, how does every single survivor's abilities interact with that enemy? How does every single item? How does every single thing interact with that one thing? Okay, and now we've got a DLC full of that stuff. It's just an absolute nightmare.
Over and over. Oof.
I don't envy that team at all, but they do a fantastic job.
Don't either. By the way, DLC 3 is fun. I've played it. John's played it. I think you'd say it's fun, right? I'd say it's fun.
I think it is currently I think it is excellent. They've done a good mix. One of the things I didn't particularly like about Seekers is how the vast majority of the new content is sort of contained in the Path of the Colossus. And if you want to do that, you could very easily do a full run without seeing a single new thing. There's like a good mixture of stuff that's in the new path that's not in the new path. So I think the balance is definitely there. The content which is there, I think, is better. I just think it's shaping up to be a very good DLC.
Yeah, I'd agree. There's a few things I was a fan of that we'll just have to see in the next Dev Diaries. So no spoilers. Anyway, how are
in the next one?
Oh, can't wait. Is it what?
It's the new one, not the returning one.
Ah, good. That'll be fun. Anyway, our teams, let's see how they're doing. Loadout number 2. So, we spawned on Roost here. It looks like the devs are going for Spice Variety again, trying to not share items. And it looks like the streamers on the right are going for Frugalist. So they're trying not to spend money here and trying to get to stage 2. And I think, like we were saying, this is probably a good loadout for that one because Seeker is just so good. We can just kind of get through without spending money on stage 1, which I think is fair. Stage 2 is wetland aspect. I think I don't really foresee any huge problems with that, but we'll see. Looks to be going good so far. No one's died. Think we'll see the stage 1 a few times? I hope not.
No, I think with Seeker, a part of the sort of design intention for Seeker is that they're very, very tanky.
Yeah.
For me, the benefit of Seeker is if you've got a friend who you're playing multiplayer with who is less experienced than you play a different character and you give them Seeker, because you basically aren't going to die as Seeker unless you really try hard to.
Yeah.
And if you do die, you just come straight back. So, well, once per stage. So they're intentionally very strong, and I think that'll help them get to the later stages to see some of these more difficult tiles to get off the board.
Yeah. Oh, I want to point this out as well. Dan just picked up a Void crit, which actually can be used to get that tile for executes over on the left side.
Oh, it counts as an execute. I was wondering what didn't count as an execute.
Which is actually very interesting. Also, blue team just got Frugalist. They didn't spend money on that stage. It's really kind of cool with that tile because you can pick up Void items. You can do like the Halcyon Shrine, for example. So you can still get some cool stuff. It's not just don't pick up anything. You just got to be very selective. And they're doing all right. They also got a Tentabobble for Disputed, which I think is good. I actually would have given Disputed the Void crit as well, but I think it was just a little bit too far away. I think it was just easier for Dan to go get it. And then we have another new Lunar Barrel that Dan's picking up right now. Very cool. Well, actually, he just walked over it. Oh, we do see a death on the dev side. Carter is down. Hopefully, Bruno remembers that you can revive. Hey, there we go. Look at that. Teamwork. Oh, so this is really cool. I want to point this out. The streamers just used a nice strategy here. Once you click the Shrine of Shaping, both you and your teammate are actually invincible for a short time. And they synced that up so that they used Shrine of Shaping, and then Dan, who was on the other side of the map, clicked a Void Cradle for free. So you can actually get stuff a little bit faster that way if you're cooperating.
It's these deep strats.
It's a little bit harder to do in solo because you just things have to line up a bit better. But with co-op like this, you can really set up wherever. Okay, it looks like I like the items on stage 1 here. This is kind of nice for dev team. They have an ATG, Breaching Fin, Luminous Shots. We also have Antlers on the dev team, so they should be able to get the Antler tile soon as well. A lot of.
Did they not get that in the last one? I haven't seen what tiles they got.
Let me actually double check real quick.
They're the red team, aren't they?
It was just blue team that has that one, so
yeah. Hopefully
they get that one soon, or should be able to. It's kind of like a free tile if you can get Antlers and just keep walking into the orbs. I'm kind of worried about blue team though. Still, they didn't get a lot of items stage 1, and I really hope that they really spend a lot of time looting this stage in particular, just to make sure that they're good on their next couple stages. I just don't want them to run into stage 4 again and have to kind of back out.
I hate Wetland Aspect.
Did you?
It's my least favorite stage in the game.
I don't think it's too popular. It's kind of like star shaped, and you have to go to each little end to find everything. Yeah.
And then you still have to do the upper level and the lower level, even though then if you haven't got like a decent movement ability, it can be a pain to get up on those little platforms, even though they're quite short, quite shallow.
Yeah.
And then you get the stuff hidden in the water where you have to do like a weird thing with the camera in order to see it. I really hate that stage.
Oh, I forgot about that because I use a mod to just lower the opacity of the water because I hate moving my camera up to see under it. It's horrible.
And then there's that rock that every single time
I know which one you're talking about. I know exactly which one you're talking about. It's the one near a Disputed, actually. Like behind him, it's on a screen. That one.
Yeah, that rock. Every time I see it, I'm like, ooh, I've got
Titanfall.
Lunas. No, it doesn't matter.
I wish. Actually, the dev team, they're doing a Mountain Shrine Stage 1 right now. Which is kind of interesting. Uh-oh. Oh, they're doing all right.
So he had full barrier, so he was all right.
And this might actually give him some really good stuff going forward. Mountain Shrine on multiplayer is really powerful. You just get so many items. And especially since
Yeah.
like a lot of items just stack so well, especially greens, you can
Mhm.
get off the ground real easy. Especially like even considering just giving it all to one person. Depending on what it is. Can be really good. Oh yeah, they
We
could
actually
get
showed off a couple of the new greens in the dev video today.
Oh, I do recall that.
The box of dynamite and the what they call Faraday spurs.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah,
the
I didn't-
Faraday spurs in particular is a good addition to the green pool.
Yeah. I didn't want to guess because I was like, what if I'm wrong? And I just I jumped in the wrong way.
Spell out the wrong one. Whoops.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the plant? So I think this is really good for the dev team, actually. Getting a lot of fuel cells. That would make the Swiss Army Knife achievement a lot easier of using multiple equipments in a couple seconds.
How so? How does that make it that easier?
So if I have a couple of fuel cells, I'll be able to use a couple equipments just myself, and then pretty fast, if like they're on the ground nearby. The only problem is they weren't able to share the fuel cells because they're still going for spice variety. They still have to have unique items. So I guess that does not solve the problem. Oh, but actually, like I said earlier, we have Captain as with resupply beacon. So if Captain puts down a resupply beacon next to an equipment on the ground, and they use their equipment and then use the new equipment by refreshing their cooldown, and then Bruno has a couple fuel cells. He kind of does the same thing. They can get that one done. It's a pretty hard one to do, and you have to have a lot of coordination, but definitely doable with their build right now. I kind of worry
Very
about
deep stress.
yeah, I kind of worry about blue team because they didn't do teleporter on that stage, so they don't have the fuel cells. So that achievement in particular is going to be a little bit harder for them.
Hmm.
But we'll see. Maybe they can get it done.
They've pulled ahead a little bit with the tiles. They got 5 as opposed to the devs 3.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like
Anything
this
can happen at this
run
point.
is a little bit better for the streamers than last as well. They're kind of
Mhm.
they're going okay. I think they've done teleporter as well on the stage. They're trying to get drones for the get 20 allies. I can see them pinging some. Yeah, they're thinking about a lot of things now. This is not one of those void seeds that's too worthwhile to complete. Every so often you'll get a void seed with just a potential and void stocks, and
Yeah.
not really the best on that one. If I were the devs, I'd maybe look at that and be like, maybe we just don't even do this. Maybe we can just move on. That clock is
Yeah,
ticking.
especially what is actually in there? Is it the chrono bobble thing and the bear thing? Was that where they got those two from?
Oh, that was-
or did they skip that void seed?
That was from stage 1. There were 2 void cradles there.
Oh. So there's not actually any void cradles in that seed at all.
Nope.
Yikes!
It happens so much too. It's like, oh well. I always try to scout them before I go in, because I'm just like, am I gonna actually get anything out of this, or is it just giving me money? On to stage 3 for the blue team as well. Dan's in a good scouting position here because he's Seeker, so he can kind of fly over the map and maybe tell Disputed, hey, go this way or get that or something like that. There are a couple... The big thing that we're looking for here on Scorch Acres is equipment tri-shops. This is one of the few maps that spawns them this early on in the game. So having an advantage like that to be able to choose your equipment, very, very powerful in these type of events. If they spawn here, maybe they don't. Or today. There is another Void Cradle as well, so I think Disputed's eyeing that one with the Saver Spaces. We'll see what we get. These are always pretty good. I say lying.
So if Bruno activated that milk, can you just spam Milky Chrysalis at this point and get that tile?
No, it needs to be a unique equipment,
Ah, of course.
which does complicate things a lot. Looks like Disputed picked up a Wungus there, so they might actually start thinking about Void Fields at some point soon. That could be pretty nice, especially with Dan having 2 Razor Wire. That's always pretty good there.
Yeah.
I think it's a good call. They can go to Void Fields, and Dan can go get the logbook. Just with Seeker real quick. Just fly it down to the bottom, and then Disputed can either run out with the healing, or just have Dan do it, fly out. Oh, and we see a Sonorous Whisper drop for Disputed as well. I think this is out of a key box also. So key boxes are also seeded. If red team opens up their first key box like Disputed did, no matter which stage they're on, they'll find the Sonorous Whispers in it. And Sonorous itself is also seeded, so the order of the items that drop.
Damn.
No
Well,
little
looks going into this mod.
unfair. Yeah, no advantages. We also have a Void Key for Dan there out of the Void Seed on stage 3. This is a really big pickup, actually. These are usually really impactful. And there's also still just another Void Cradle. There's a lot of Voids this run. Usually we don't see this many this often. And another Wungus up here at the top of the stage. Unfortunately, Disputed already has one, and since they're trying to share items, he can't pick that up. And that's a good restraint from him for doing so. You gotta... I mean, it's so hard because, like, it's so easy just to fall into the natural rhythm of, oh, an item, it's mine. I'm going to pick it up.
I'm going to snatch it up, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
I opened it.
Sale star and open up the first chest you see every single time.
Yeah, it's tough. So it's a very hard tile mentally to kind of keep track of. Fortunately, both teams are actually doing really well with that right now. No one has like duplicated items across their team. Everyone has unique items. It ends up being really cool to watch, to see like kind of what builds people actually kind of make here and what they can actually live with. It's kind of neat. All right, red team is in the bazaar checking stuff out. I wonder what their plan is going forward for this one. They are still trying to think about the logbooks. They've already gotten the one here in the bazaar, so can't get it again.
We're definitely going for the allies as well. They've got quite a lot of allies there. Is the poison one in? I've not looked at the entire board. Is the poison one on the board?
No, not on this one.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if dreaming here would be the best use of their limited coins, but they might do it anyway.
Yeah.
The one advantage of dreaming as well, obviously, is going for a tile early, but it's also just to kind of get off of the seed that your opponents are on, right? Because they're not going to have exactly the same items on Scorch Acres as Sulfur Pools. Disputed and Dan also went to Sulfur Pools, they'd have the same items, but sometimes it's really beneficial just to be like, hey, let's just get new things and try to get something that the other team just doesn't have a chance at getting. And we've seen that happen a lot during the races of just like people just trying to differ their seeds as much as they can with the system.
And they have gone to the Void Fields.
Yeah. Let's see what they do here, actually. They do... Oh, okay. So Bruno does have wings and also is Seeker. So I think Bruno's thinking, all right, maybe I can really just get to that logbook. Just kind of zoom. And it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. Does have a transmitter as well. Oh, he hit a wall and he's thinking about going back, maybe.
Yep.
He's kind of... Okay, he's going to go back.
He's
a little scared. It's okay. We'll just we'll do event here. Looks like the devs really like to do Void Fields though. I'm actually surprised at that. I mean, at least a little bit easier on Monsoon.
It's mostly Bruno that decides the changes to it, so he's like, "Yeah, I've got to do it now."
I love this place. Gotta show it off. Bison are a little bit annoying in a place like
Yeah.
this, but it might be fine. I do like the idea of going here, though, during bingo. There is a lot of stuff to get here beyond just logbook or whatever. Oh, also, something that I think the everyone forgot after first loadout. The artifact code is different, right? It's different for every run, and they haven't really looked at that in a while. So I wonder if they'll get to stage 5 and they'll be like, oh man, where's that code?
So is the artifact codes in the same place, but they're just different?
Yeah. We actually removed a few though. The free tablet next to the portal is no longer there.
Mhm.
So you have to go out and find one. And there's also not one in the pause menu. Sorry for spoilers, but so if you get to stage 5,
on one of the logbook entries, wasn't there? Like one of the stage logbooks.
yeah, we scrubbed all those out. No free entry. You gotta think about that one beforehand.
You gotta work for it.
All right, blue team going to enter Bazaar right now. Looks like Dan's going for that logbook down there. We've seen a lot of people just miss it on the way down, so hopefully he doesn't. Hey, good job. I wonder if they're gonna think about going Void Fields here as well. Disputed's definitely looking at the dreams here, thinking about going Gilded Coast. They're kind of discussing it looks like. They could go Gilded, they could go Void Fields. Oh, looks like they're going Gilded. Interesting.
They
Okay. Nice.
So what's the benefit of them of doing that? Have they got the no items one yet?
The benefit of going Gilded Coast is it is a logbook at the top of the stage that Dan can really easily get.
Oh yeah, and he's going straight for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any other huge advantage of coming here. Obviously, they do have Sonorous Whispers, so they can get some stuff for sure. Ooh, Bruno's trying to leave Void Fields, just trying to get to the portal. I don't know if I looked away. I don't know if they quite got the logbook on that one. Hopefully they did. Hopefully they don't die right here.
Yeah, I was. Oh! God,
I think there was a revive.
Max Tranquility.
Yeah, good. Whew. That was...
Jeez.
If they did not have Seeker on that team, they would have lost a tile in the last second upon leaving. Oh, and there is a logbook for blue team.
Oh, nice.
Oh, they got log? Perfect. Okay, so it looks like each team has 2 logbooks right now. We're just waiting on the Moon logbook, the Ambry logbook, and then, Fields and Gilded are a little bit swapped for each team, so maybe they'll each try to get each other's. We'll see. I'm kind of worried though that blue team might have run into a trap with this map though. This map notoriously is a little bit tough once you start getting a few stages in. Children, golems, we have Halcyonites, and then above all that we have a Ruin Knight at the end, and she can be kind of mean if you're not really prepped for it. So I'm just scared that they might feel trapped here for a while. We might see them on the stage for a little bit. Like I said, though, they do get a lot of starting cash upon entering the stage, so they don't have to kill quite as many things to get the boss fight started. But it is a lot of things they have to kill just to feel safe, for sure. It looks like Dan's going for the Max Tranquility stacks on Meditate right now, just to make sure that they feel a little bit better going into the Arula Knight fight, which I think is fair. With the devs on stage 3 now, we might actually see them enter in stage 4 quicker than blue team can leave this stage. We'll see. Might be stuck here a little bit. I'm curious what the devs do for the Void Cradles. It looks like Seeker was the one to take the Wungus, which is kind of interesting. I think I would have wanted to put that one on Captain maybe, but especially since Carter up there doesn't have much healing or survivability like the transmitter on Bruno.
Yeah, he just procced. He very nearly would have died if he didn't have that there.
Okay, looks like they are starting up teleporter though on stage 3. Hopefully Carter could get to that teleporter boss fight soon. Oh, and this is another thing that has to be kept in mind. Sonorous Whispers, you have to get the last hit on an enemy in order to get the item drop. So we see
Oh, is that-
Disputed just running super far away to make sure that Dan can get the kill on that one. You know what else is very cool? Your drones can steal your last hit and make sure you do not get the Sonorous Whisper item.
I had no idea that's how that worked because I only ever really play in single player. So that's fantastic. Who designed this game?
Yeah, maybe we'll give them an earful when they get back out of their loadout.
Yeah. Which one of these two Gearbox designers designed Sonorous Whispers?
It looks like blue team is starting up a Roulette right now. The strat is just to stay as close as possible, and she won't actually laser. But what can happen is if Disputed pulls too much aggro and he's a little bit far away, she'll start lasering. So, okay, they're both pulling close now. Disputed staying on as well is really good for the microbots to kind of destroy children orbs and destroy ground slams here. So they should be able to take care of this pretty quick. I don't really think they'll need to go 2 waves. Hopefully they don't, because they'd have to rebuy everything. A lot of child orbs, though, on blue team coming in. They do have Tranquility stacks up to max, though, so they can kind of just push it there.
I'll be back in a second. I think my dog has actually got itself stuck under my sofa.
All good. Let's hope John's dog is okay. All right, so with 2 Halcyon seeds there, Dispute's picking up both. Gotta make sure you don't share items too much with Spice Variety on the table. And they're going into stage 4 right now, so only 2 more stages that blue team needs to remember to have unique items in their pools. Can they do it? Maybe. Hopefully Disputed remembers he does have a hacking beacon and he can get the legendary chest. It would be nice to get a sales star pretty quick here, and there is one in a shop right now that Disputed finds. He sees it. Get the sales star, hack the large chest, and get 2 legendaries for the team. Pretty big. And it looks like the devs are going back to the Halcyon Shrine after TP here. This could actually be pretty dangerous. Halcyonite scales really tough. And especially in multiplayer. And especially past stage 1. So this could be a situation where it would probably be a lot easier to just pull Halcynite off the stage here. Especially considering that both players have wings. So that would be kind of nice. But they still do have to get through all these golem spawns as well. And this is where the Void Seers are actually coming into play a little bit. Oh, that actually might be a good strat for Halcyon as well. Just having Void Seers just makes that a lot easier.
Oh, does Halcyon not count as a boss? Can you actually void crit them?
Oh, looks like they are pushing it. And there is the Void Crit. And there is Revolutionist for Red Team, actually. They got the 20k execute damage. And we get Fun on Blue Team as well. They spent exactly 5 Lunar Coins. So a lot of tiles actually flowing in now. Really cool way to get the Revolutionist, actually. Because Halcyon has so much health that, of course, you just get that tile instantly with 1 deletion of that enemy. I actually don't think there's like an enemy in the game that has like as much health as Halcyon. Maybe Voidling or something. It's crazy. Okay, it looks like... Okay, I was going to say Dan should not pick up that Sith Star, but he just bought it for Disputed. Disputed's going to go pick it up, and he's going to go get his legendary chest. The devs on to stage 4 as well. Everyone kind of synced up now a little bit. Well, actually... Dev's going into Bazaar. Let's see if they choose to go to Gilded or not. Also, side note, for the Tile Fun Fund to spend exactly 5 Lunar Coins in a run, if Disputed and Dan were to spend any more coins anywhere else, they would fail that tile. And that's a pretty expensive tile to fail because you already put in 5 Lunar Coins for it. and you don't get any more lunar coins unless you find the barrels. So really got to think about that one very carefully, because it's really easy just to accidentally spend a coin. Oh, just hit a newt, whatever. Just buy a dream or get a lunar. One little mess up can cost a lot. It looks like Bruno and Carter are going up to Gilded Coast just to get that logbook as well. Kind of following the footsteps of Blue Team there a little bit. Do they know which rung it's on? I hope so. It's kind of a tricky spot.
I know it's up there, but I don't know where it is up there.
Bruno is right in that it's like under one of like the tops of the rings. But I think he's either getting really close or he passed it. We'll see. Hopefully he finds it soon. Good on him as well for just trying to get as many Tranquility stacks as he can, just to make sure that Carter is good down there. Oh yeah, went up a little bit too high, has to restart. Oh, and we have a headset on Blue Team. Okay, that's really good then.
Yeah, nice.
This is a lot of damage coming in for Blue Team now. And I think especially because Blue Team is playing on Eclipse, this is great for Captain. I'm actually kind of surprised, because it could go 50-50. Either they give the headset to Seeker so that they can just nuke the stages, or they just give it to Captain so that he can just have more survivability. It looks like they chose the survivability option. Disputed does have wings, so that does allow him to use headset for slamming every like 40 seconds, but
yeah,
it's not super efficient. Hopefully he can get a few quails or something like that. That would be nice.
And they've done the Void Seed. What are they going to get out of here?
Another potential, I think.
There's a potential. There is a cradle as well.
Okay, nice. Looks like the Void Key is right on the teleporter as well, so can't really miss that one. It looks like the Blue Team is not going to pick up that Void Key, though. If they don't pick it up and they find a natural key spawn, they'll be able to just essentially get more Void Key boxes, and all just by waiting a little bit, just to make sure that there's another key. May happen all too often that you kind of open that up and then find a key right after, and you're like, oh man, I could have had double the voids. Dispute is going in for a stomp here. Hopefully he can just get the kills. The double ATG off that is pretty good damage too, but I think he hit a small enemy with the ATGs. All right, looks like Red Team got the logbook on Gilded Coast as well. Fantastic. So Red Team actually, I think, if I'm counting right, only needs one more logbook to get that tile. So the one on the moon, easiest one. They can go to the Ambry as well. They can get that one. They can loop or go to Mithrix. Either one works, either path, but they do have to get to at least stage 5 and get through it to finish that tile. I kind of worry about Blue Team here. It looks like they might fail the negative soon if they spend a lot of time outside of this teleporter. You gotta really buckle down and just stay in the TP and do as much damage as they can to these imps. They did a Mountain Shrine here, which was a little bit risky. I think they were kind of hoping the headset would kind of do the most here. It looks like they're also not even caring who gets the last hit on Sonorous Whispers. Maybe they're syncing that up a bit.
Ooh,
self-revive on Seeker, hopefully. Oh, actually, did not. Or that was the second life, actually. Maybe used up 2 there.
Was it?
Disputed has to kill this boss in a few seconds. Has to really double down here.
Oh, they got a
and
spleen.
They got it. Really close to breaking that middle tile as well. It almost was 130 seconds, so good job.
Was it?
They had only, like, I think 10 seconds left. Now I hope Disputed is taking very extra care of what items he's picking up. Has to make sure that he doesn't pick up something that Dan has. It looks like he is checking before every single thing. There's a happy mask. Smile. Ooh, it looks like the devs are on a ruling net right now, and this could end up being a tough situation. Look at how many enemies are just on the screen. Something I really like that blue team did in Gilded Coast here was take the time to make sure that all of these extra additional enemies are dead. This might be pretty bad for the devs here. This laser's kind of going out.
Ooh,
Ooh, taking a lot of damage.
yikes. Did you say that Aurelionite doesn't do the laser if you're dead close?
Correct. Oh, and that is a
Ooh.
team death. Is that a tile lost? Yep, Frugalist is gone. Complete a stage without spending money. That's something they have to redo.
Ouch.
This is one of those situations where, I don't know, maybe think about either restarting the run or kind of just taking out all these ads. This can get really bad.
Does the moon count as doing the stage with no items?
No. It needs to be a standard regular stage. Stages 1 through 5.
Right.
How easy would that be? Can't have any free tiles. Looks like blue team's back in Bazaar, checking things out. They have a little bit of time to discuss about what their strategy is going forward. For these two guys, oh, it actually looks like they're going to Void Fields. Interesting. And that is another
Dev Team.
tile lost for Dev Team Blood Money. Tough.
Ouch.
I hope they don't lose too many tiles here. Consider, I mean, I don't know, with 17 minutes left, it's kind of hard to stomach the restart to go back to stage 1, but if they're going to lose all their tiles, then, oh man. I hope they're
Tough
going to be
call.
okay. Meanwhile, blue team is looking kind of good. They're working on a lot of these here. They are not really that close to Revolutionist. Red team got really lucky with getting the proc on Housing Knight, on the Gilded Housing Knight last stage. It's really good. Okay. Looks like blue team has got a little bit of a plan here. They are almost finished as well with the bottom right tile, collect every white item. Just need a few more there. So I got to keep an eye out for those.
You go into the void fields.
All right, Void Fields it is. Hopefully they remember where that logbook is. I know during testing we've had a few teams either not remember or not know and end up kind of dying because of it. So
Yeah, I sort of know where some of them are, and then I've got no idea where others are.
It's a really kind of tricky spot. Oh, it looks like the dev team's choosing to restart
Yeah,
here. I think that's
restarting.
a good call. I think a little bit late, but better late than never, because they could have lost their whole board.
True. Down to 2 tiles now.
Oh, it's kind of brutal, but at the same time, the streamers can have the same thing happen. You never know when it all just crumbles away.
Have you ever done a race where at the end nobody's got any tiles left?
Yeah, we had one instance of that happening, actually. The end of the
I
third
think that's the
loadout.
sort of run that I would do.
Yeah. The team just like shows up in the call and they're like, hey, we have 0. That's tough. I do not want to see that happen today. I'd feel really bad. Okay, it looks like Disputed picked up the log and Dan is going for the exit right now. You know, an interesting thing about the having to have unique items tile, something not so painfully obvious. Let's say me and John again are on a team and John has a broken watch. If I break a watch, we have the same broken item. So that fails the spice variety tile. So you got to really watch out for that too. We've seen that happen before in testing and stuff. Got to keep an eye out. There's a lot of tricky ways to lose that one. And we're really close on blue team to finishing up stage 5. Or closer than they've been today. They just got here. Shrine of Shaping as well. It's a nice greeting on this one. That means they can play a little bit more aggressively, hopefully. But as long as they just keep that mental up and just keep focusing on not sharing items, they'll be good. And they can finally feel like take a breath of fresh air and be like, okay, we can just pick up whatever we want now for the last run of the day. Or as they continue to loop on this run. We don't know what they're planning on doing just yet.
It's nice to see a stage 5 regardless.
Oh, yeah. I think there's a few things they could do here. For one, well, they can't anymore. If they've checked for one of the artifact codes, they could have used it here, but I don't think they found a new one. I think that one kind of slipped by them, like I was saying earlier. I think they forgot. And it looks like Dispute's going down there as well. Yeah, we'll see if he knows. You can also only enter the Ambry after the teleporter has been completed. Oh, actually, you know what? They did find a new code this run. It looks like they
nice.
found the one in the bazaar. I just didn't see him look at it, but really good job. So after teleporter, they'll be able to come down here and get in there, get that tile done. Very nice.
Why can't they do it now?
Just a custom rule. So for example, if...
Oh, because you can't normally go there on Eclipse, can you?
Yeah. But mainly, like, so for the frugalist one, to not spend money on a stage, easy way of doing that would just be getting the stage and immediately leaving. And we didn't really want to make any of those tiles too easy. There's a few like that where we're like, we kind of want to punish them a little bit going stage 5. Kind of got to work for it.
Yeah.
Dan, I'm hoping, okay. With Seeker Meditate and Shrine of Shaping, they each have 2 revives, so I think they'll be good on the stage, I hope. If I see any like team wipes here, I'm gonna be yelling at them later.
The Shrine of Shaping is something I can always completely ignore, but it must be an absolute godsend on Eclipse.
Yeah, it's very good, and it shows up a lot too. The one thing that can actually be kind of a negative for it is if your run is fine, it takes up a lot of credits to spawn. It actually takes up as much as a Void Seed, so
Oh damn.
can be pretty. It can take a few items from you.
Yeah.
It looks like Disputed is eyeing Teleporter right now in stage 5, kind of thinking about if we're ready or not yet. They kind of had a closer call last stage with how fast they're able to do that Teleporter, but they also did do a Mountain Shrine, so I'm hoping maybe that they're fine on this run. But we'll see. They are trying to clear out this Void Seed. We've seen a lot of Void Seeds today too. Dan actually taking a death there, one of many that he can take. The Shrine of Shaping buff first, and he's actually opened the Void Key, which is Plasma Shrimp. Very nice pickup. And I think Dan really needed the damage, so that's very nice for him. I come to think of it, he actually just has like AP rounds, Cranshin, and like a crowbar beyond it, which is not really that great. Illuminous Shot helps for sure, especially with this loadout though. But really not much to work with, so. Yeah, if I were Dan, I would probably loot a little bit more if possible. But Disputed, he's getting really antsy. You can see him playing around the teleporter. Okay, it looks like they're clicking the loot button on that. I hope, I'm crossing my fingers that they do not forget to go down to the artifact portal. Because all too often, you could, do the whole stage and then be like, oh man, I forgot to go put in the code. Yeah, it's so easy, especially after like a crazy teleporter. We'll see. You've seen that happen a few times.
Already back on stage 3. They must have got there quick.
Oh, they're blitzing. Look at that. They have 4 items each. They're just kind of moving as fast as they can. They're like, you know what? We just need to get somewhere. We need to get further in. Which, hey, I mean, go for it. If they can get through, I mean, why not? Looks like they are still doing the unique items one as well, so probably just gonna try to get through to stage 5 if possible. They're really speedrunning. Blue team doing teleporter right now, just amending Parent Horde, the fun stuff. They should have no real problem getting through this one in time. They're both staying in teleporter as well, so they're good. Oh, I actually like what Disputed is doing here. This is really smart. Disputed has the wings, but Disputed also has a resupply beacon. So he put that down during TP, and so he can continually refresh wings so he could head stomp the group. Do a lot of damage here.
Nice.
All too often, I think Resupply Beacon is a little bit undervalued. Dan breaking some watches here. He's got to be a little bit careful. There's a lot of elders in TP now. Looks like they have a good handle on things though with that headset though. Very powerful. Unfortunately, they don't have a band yet, so they can't immediately nuke something, but
Yeah.
Dan's about to use his second life, it looks like.
He's getting there. He's close.
Be a little bit careful. Get in a meditate, get some healing.
Oh.
And there it goes. Yeah. So no free revives for Dan. There is a mending parent somewhere. Oh, it looks like it's above them.
It's
Do you
above
think they
them,
see
yeah.
it? Uh-oh. They've got to look up. I think Disputed's going to run for it right now. Just trying to get that kill. And Dan's going to stay in teleporter.
Oh, yep, he's done it.
Yep, nice. Okay, good job from them. Did not break the negative tile even after all this time. That's kind of a tough one. If something goes wrong during a teleporter, it's very, very easy to break. So, and you have to keep that up through the whole day. Tough to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Now,
There's so much stuff where you just instinctively run out of the teleporter zone so you can stay alive.
yeah, especially on Eclipse, it's so small. Okay, Disputed did remember
Yeah,
the
he's-
artifact portal.
He's going.
Very good here. This is going to be another tile for blue team, actually. Beautiful. If he remembered the code properly. And it is. Good job. Oh, there's a band printer on stage 5 as well. I think it was just hiding in that Void Seed. I really would like Disputed to pick those up. Yeah, Dan's just printing his stuff for Disputed there. Good job.
Does this count as destroying items as well?
No.
Isn't there one that's...
This is that tile specifically only for watches, elixirs, and deos and stuff.
Oh, I see. It's not
Yeah.
scrapping.
If they had a nice watch printer, I know that Disputed would love to go all in and break his legs to get that one though. That one's kind of a tough one to get right now. They haven't really seen too many breakable item printers. All right, going for this Void Cradle up top as well. Needle Tick. I think that's a good pickup for one of them if they want to do it. And they have to also be very careful for Spice Variety, the unique items one. Let's say that, you know, I have Plasma Shrimp and you have ATG. If I pick up an ATG to try to get more Plasma Shrimps, that ATG is still in my inventory for a short amount of time. And so it will fail. So
We'll proc it.
yeah, gotta be very, very sure. I'm kind of worried about Bruno here. And it looks like blue team did it. They got Spice Variety. I think that is probably one of, if not the hardest tile on the whole board. So really
Nice.
good job for them for getting that done. And they are on their loop. Looks like they're going to end the run somewhere on this loop as well. They have only 7 minutes left. Let's see what they can actually do in that 7 minutes. Let's see. There's got to be some stuff here. It looks like they're looking for elites. So they already found a Malachite Beetle. This top one, Big Game Hunter, kill one of every elite. This does mean you need Twisted, Celestine, Malachite, and Perfected. So to get this one, they'd have to go to the moon next run. And so they're really hoping that they can get all of the loop-centric elites before this run ends. If not, then that tile is just kind of off limits to them now. Especially after because first loadout was just a little bit tough. They weren't able to actually get to the moon or a loop. So hoping for the best. But it looks like blue team has a lot more tiles on the board though. Kind of worried about dev team here. Hopefully they're able to get some stuff. It looks like they were they're thinking about restarting there as well. Ooh. Kind of in a pickle. Yeah, and there they go. We lose
Ooh.
another tile for Dev Team Fun Fund. And there's
Back down to 1 tile now.
yeah, a lot of
Oh,
roller coaster energy on
Yeah.
Dev Team today.
Whereas the blue team are just flying high with 8, and they've got 5.5 minutes to get the late game ones, which they probably could get so at least 1 or 2 more on this run.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they're going for now in the last 5 minutes?
Definitely that middle line. So we can see Corporate
Yeah.
Climb there, kill 12 bosses. I don't know how close they are on that, but they should be pretty close since they're looping already. I
The
mean,
break
maybe
10 item one is actually harder than I thought.
yeah. Oh, they got Revolutionist
they
as
could
well.
just-
They just got the
Oh, nice.
executes.
Nice.
Yeah, that one is a little bit tricky. It's a little bit tough. And this run, they only have 1 broken item, I think.
Oh, can you do I can't remember what what the bloody hell is that item called? The new one. Transmitter, unstable transmitter. Can you break that 10 times?
No, because it refreshes.
Because it refreshes.
Unfortunately,
So you need to have
yeah.
like 10 broken items in your inventory.
Yeah.
Got ya.
It's tough. It's a tough tile. Ooh, we see a death come out for Dan, but does have that revive. Just got to be a little bit careful though. I don't think we have a Shrine of Shapey on the stage, so looks like Disputed setting up for a head stomp here just to clear out the stage a little bit more. The thing is that's kind of tough for them is they had a lot of well, especially last stage, they had a horde of many instead of a normal traditional boss. So the tile to kill bosses is a little bit harder for them right now. They might not be able to do it by going teleporter. I don't know how close they are, but they would be able to check on their boards in game. But maybe it's also one of those tiles where they're just not thinking about it. They're just like, okay, we're just looking at something else, trying to farm elites right now or something like that. But we'll see. With only 3 minutes left in the loadout, it's not looking too good for the dev team. The 1 points. Maybe third loadout's their loadout, I think. You know, one of those things. They'll get a full board clear. So far, really no luck for blue team for getting those extra elites either. I would actually very much think about doing the Halcyon Shrine here, and there's also a Mountain Shrine on Siphon Forest, so you could just get a lot more boss kills, potentially here. And the Halcyon might be okay for just getting a lot of elites to spawn, depending on how many more bosses they need to kill. Well, with 3 here, that might put them over the edge. We'll see. Dev team getting Frugalist again, the old bread and butter, getting through stage 1 without spending money. Uh-oh, Disputed does have Saber Space, is good. And there's Corporate Climb.
And the boss monsters. Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful.
They are flying high now.
Now, blue team is only 1 tile away from a bingo. Reminder, getting a bingo doesn't immediately win you the day, but it does give you a lot more points, so. Uh-oh, looks like
Yep.
dev team
They just
failed
spent
their
more
fun
than
fun.
5.
Yeah, that's a tough one to lose.
I think they maybe didn't realize that buying because they lost it on refreshing the shop.
Yeah. Man, seeing like all the broken tiles on your board, that's got to be a little bit demotivating. Like, oh man, oh
we got a lot of work to do in this third run.
yeah, a lot of stuff. Well, it's good that they're taking the time here in the bazaar to think about it. They do have the time pause attribute here. They can just some extra time to say, okay, maybe in the last 2 minutes we can grab something, get something done real quick. Oh, Disputed's looking kind of low here, actually. He does have that Seeker buff still. So that is...
Oof.
Oh, actually didn't proc because Dan was dead. So they actually lost the optimal spending tile. They need
Oh
to
dear.
be pretty careful here. But I guess that was a decent trade. They didn't lose a negative tile there. And that specific tile isn't overly hard to earn back. It's just something that you have to be very mindful about.
Uh-huh.
Just buying a chest with a perfect amount of money 3 times. It could have definitely been worse.
And fairly easy to do at the start of a run, so they'll probably focus on that one at the start of the next one, I think.
There's a neat little trick you can actually do for that as well. If you have a stage 1 Halcyon, you can walk into the Halcyon like field, and it'll take like a bit of money at a time from you, so you can kind of whittle
of
it
course,
down.
yeah.
Yeah. Try to find that neat balance. Oh, I don't know if they got all of the elites, blue team. We'll have to ask them right now, actually. Let's see how they're doing.
I don't remember seeing a twisted elite.
Okay.
How are you
Yo.
guys doing on your elites there? Did you check?
Yeah, we just need to perfect it.
Oh, perfect.
What?
Hell yeah. I didn't even see all of them. Hell yeah. How was that run compared to the
Yeah.
first one?
Oh my God, so
Stressful,
much
but we did
nicer.
a lot better.
Oh yeah,
we were
you guys
so
are
worried we weren't going to find a Celestine there. There was like 30 seconds left.
really
And
good
I
job.
hit teleporter and then I saw it, but it was a wisp, so I was able to momentum kill it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't see it at all. So
You guys
And then
are
I don't know what happened at the
Uh-huh.
end because I thought I had the extra revive from Seeker there, but
Dan
we ended
wasn't
up losing a tile.
alive, so I think that was why. We'll have to
yeah, that's a
yeah.
shame.
Just think about that, I guess. Whether or not it's a
Yeah,
bug,
all
it's
good.
just something you just have to play around. You guys are 2 tiles
sure.
away, or 1 tile away from a bingo
I
twice.
know.
Look at that.
Both those tiles kind of suck, though, man. like they're rough to commit to the breaking 10 items, and I mean, the 9 unique buffs on one player. We didn't get that on Seeker.
Uh-uh.
We forgot about the buffs.
Yeah,
Damn.
well, it's a little bit harder because you guys are doing Spice Variety, which congrats, by the way.
Yeah.
You're done with that one.
yeah.
Oh, thank God that's
alright.
done.
What you can do now is just be like, have on one person, like, oh, I need opals and echoes and banners and antlers
Yeah.
and just like everything and just try to pick that one up.
Everything.
True.
Absolutely.
Should be a
Get the
bit
DLC.
easier.
Yeah, I feel like very comfy with that. Much better. I think it put us in a really nice spot.
I was so close to getting the transmitter one there.
Oh, the Pac-Man one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I must have been at like 4.
Yeah, we were close there for sure.
Yeah, that one's a little bit tough.
Man, God, bingo's stressful.
You stress?
like that time
I'm
goes
stressed
so
just watching you.
fast.
It
Yeah, oh man.
really bleeds away. I mean,
It's-
yeah. I was worried that you guys were not going to find a new artifact code and then not remember to put it in. But you guys did it, so congrats.
Yeah.
We did forget.
And then
the first time.
then not forget to go back to the computer thing to actually press the code
Mhm.
after the teleport.
Yeah.
yeah, I was
We
stressing
did- that's what
because he
happened in
did
practice.
put it in. It didn't do anything. Like, why is it not happening? But we remembered it. We had a very mature way of remembering the code that we won't repeat on air, but it's fine. It was really easy to remember.
Okay.
It's fine.
Looks like you guys are doing a little bit better than the devs are right now, though. They're having another tough time. They I think liked stage 1 a lot this run too. So,
Oh no, poor guys. If you just, yeah, it's so easy. Like it's so easy for it to fall that way. Just pick the wrong thing to focus on, and it just snowballs.
oh, it can snowball
Just
hard.
snowballs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's
Tough.
actually bring in the
That's
devs right
unfortunate.
now and see what's up.
We've got
Hello. How you guys
Yo.
doing?
Yo,
What's up?
We
I'm glad your spirits are still high, Bruno.
always.
Man, I thought we were on such good pace and we just dropped it at the end. Or in the middle, I guess, actually.
Yeah, we learned a big lesson that time.
That's a
I'm
tough
having
one.
a lot of fun. This is great.
Hell yeah.
What went wrong? Like what happened?
We died to Really Night and then lost
Yeah.
like, all of our
Oh.
things for the bingo. And then, yeah.
Yeah.
We got a little
Really?
prideful at Really Night.
No, yeah, Really Night was a little bit of a a check for us as well. Like I went in there really confident, and I ran the hell away so quick. I left. It was scary, man.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are
Valid.
killing,
you're killing
it.
it. Hell
I'm
yeah.
so impressed. That's awesome.
Thanks, man. I felt comfy. That was nice. I wasn't comfy. I was stressed the
Yeah.
entire time. I say comfy. I've aged
Yeah.
10 years, but it was very nice.
You only have one left for a bingo.
Yeah. Surely we'll get it.
Maybe.
Surely.
All right. While we're here, I want to do a nice new giveaway for another DLC 3 code. Wowee.
Wow.
Wowee.
Again, you don't get to play right now, but you'll have it. So, the code for this one is bingo time. So throw that in chat, and we'll roll a winner in just a few minutes here.
Bingo.
Bingo time. One word.
Bingo time.
And they're flowing in. Love that.
I
So-
love watching that flow in, dude. It's so fun.
It's always the best.
Every time.
Yeah. Look at all the people.
How's it been on the casting side? Have you been keeping up with it? Has it been stressful on your end?
It's actually been okay. I think I was stressing about it a little bit more than I think I needed to. I think part of the problem was that like I was like, oh, I have to say every single tile in the world, but like as you guys get them, I can be like, oh, they're just going for this one, so it's okay. Sorry, how you feeling, John? Feeling comfy?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think the devs can bring this back, and that'll make me feel even more comfortable.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll see blue team die a few times, and then you guys get like a few bingos, and we'll be good.
It can
For
so
sure.
easily snowball the other direction, man. We could just absolutely choke here.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you
You're right.
could.
The real question, John, is: are you feeling comfortable enough to maybe make it, some frequent occurrences and risk your resources? And I think chat would like to see that. I'm sure they would. Right?
I would be very happy to come back and do this again. In fact, I'd like to participate and show
Hell
everyone
yeah.
how it's really done.
Yeah.
Let's go.
As
Yeah,
long as
super
I
fun,
play
just jump
on Drizzle, that's just my one
On
caveat.
Drizzle.
We'll find you a drizzle partner.
Chat
Don't worry.
agrees.
Me and
All right.
Preston would drizzle it right up.
Oh, true. Preston would be a great one. All right, so you guys going into the third loadout, I'll give you a minute or two to discuss how you're doing on the board and stuff before you start. But if you guys are ready, we
Mhm.
can start that now.
Are we
Thumbs up?
announcing the bingo time winner?
I will when you're not here. Sorry, you don't get to know.
I want to be. I get excited. All right, whatever.
Got a little FOMO
Go
there.
go help your
Yeah.
teammate. Get out of here.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Good luck, everybody.
Goodbye.
Okay. And for our DLC 3 code winner, rolled by me and not Gearbox, legal, it is Fire Frost Like. Say something in chat so
Congratulations.
I know you got it and you're here. I've had I think it was back a long time ago when you guys gave me like the gups to give away and stuff. I remember I rolled it one time and the person who won didn't say anything, so I had to re-roll it. And I was like, man, you just lost it. You just lost the gup. Fire Frost like, nice, you're here. Send Risk of Resources or me a DM on Twitch and I'll get you the code after the stream. Hell yeah. Congrats. And GG. Happy everyone in chat is saying GG. No one's a sore loser. That's awesome. Love to see that.
Sorry, boys, you'll have to buy the DLC when it comes out.
No, we still have one more key to give away though after the third loadout. So after we after we see the winner of the bingo event, we'll give you guys another one. So don't worry, there's still another chance to get it. It's not so over yet. Preston was very generous with the keys today. Okay, I think we're about ready to see the guys start. I'm very curious on what their kind of strategy is going forward here. Looking at like the blue board, obviously it looks like blue team's gonna want to loop to get that perfected enemy kill.
Hmm.
And once they go to the moon, they'll also be able to get Bibliophile for that logbook. So that's really good. And they'll be able to get Architect as well for doing 2 pillars. So that top line, once they go to the moon once, will be done. All blue team has to do is just go there, essentially, which is amazing news for them. They can get a bingo line. You know, I haven't seen a Void Touch Elder yet. I feel like maybe I have. Maybe not. I don't know. All right, and we're starting off.
Where's the logbook on the moon? Oh, it's right under the arena, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to get up there. But with Artie and Iron Surgeon Merc, I think they got it.
Yeah, I think they might just manage you. So
They-
is nobody's going for the fuel array?
I think with how the runs have been going, I think they are maybe thinking better of it. You know, just thinking like, let's just make sure we get to the moon, maybe. Or
Can you go back for that later on in the stage? Whenever I've done that, I've only
Yeah.
ever picked it up immediately at the start.
I think that's probably, if they're going for it, that's their plan for it.
Yeah.
You can just get it later. And also a neat strat is for doing an achievement like that, anytime that you find an equipment anywhere, you can just drop it on the ground during the stage and then just pick it up before you leave. Just don't have that stress hanging over you the whole time, which is really nice. Another roost though to start, and they got optimal spending already. So really good job from blue team. That was really quick to get that done. Really nice. 3 perfect purchases. Beautiful. There also is an equipment right next to TP there. I wonder if that's something that they're gonna kind of start swapping out with the fuel array or something, or just, oh, actually, you know what? No one's done the multiple unique equipment one. Maybe we can start to work on that soon. Actually, I thought that people would have done it on Captain, if at all, but that was just kind of a tough one to get, I think. There's going to be some tiles we're probably just not going to see finished today because there's so many different roads that you can go down with the board and, you know, try to get done, but sometimes you just don't go down that road. You're just like, I have to do some other thing. Which is totally fair, especially... Oh, interesting.
They've not picked it up yet, though.
Which is probably a good thing. I think we saw Disputed here. He was like, I'm going to use the Sail Star and equipment, and we can figure out what we want to do with that. Maybe get a recycler for it. Wake of Vultures, though. Interesting. Is there... Oh, actually, that's a really good item for a couple tiles here. Let me see. So if we look at the board, the tile for having 9 unique buffs, that's great with Wake of Vultures, actually. You can get several at a time just for free. And the one where you have to stack debuffs on an enemy, that's great too. You can get Glacial Slow, you can get Blazing Burn, and stuff like that. So that's actually a very good item here, where it's usually not very desired.
Yeah.
Especially on Eclipse. So hopefully red or blue team figures that out and they get that item. That'd be really nice. And it looks like blue team is done with House Tonight here. Let's see what we got. Breaching Fin and Noxious Thorn. There's the Thorn that they kind of need. And this might actually work pretty well here because they have Expose and they have Fire innate on their loadouts. They can actually take a few of those extra debuffs for the Noxious Thorn Contagious one. That could be kind of cool way to do it. Couple extra. I don't even think their blue team... Well, I like the idea that blue team had of doing the House Tonight first before TP, if they're doing TP at all. They might be able to do this Mountain Shrine, and if it's getting too hard, they can just leave through the portal, maybe. It looks like Dan is going back for the fuel array, though. Or maybe just on the side of the map, looking for something.
He's around there for something.
Oh, it looks like there is an egg that dropped on Disputed as well. No one has the tile for staying in an egg for a minute straight. Not yet. So that might be one they kind of go for. Does anyone in chat know exactly how long the duration is of one egg? I want to know how many resets you would need in an egg to get it fully done. And there's the Wake of Vultures for blue team. 5 seconds. So probably hitting in the ballpark of like 25 enemies or something.
Pretty easily done. You just gotta focus on doing it, and then
12.
make sure the other person isn't going around clearing up all the enemies while you're trying to do it.
But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they do it. It's hard because you have to have enemies on screen constantly. And if you kill them with the egg, or if you hit them and reset the duration on an egg, you don't get it anymore. So
I think Carter's going for the code. Yes, he is.
Look at that new one.
he's just got the
Hopefully
code.
you remember that. But yeah, I think it was Blue Team that said it earlier. Getting the rocks on Sky Meadow is a great way to do that. So as long as they get to Sky Meadow, they can do it. They do have Sky Meadow in the seed rotation, so that's fantastic.
There is one on Helminth, though, isn't there?
There is. Not any rocks for the egg though.
Oh,
But
I see what you mean, yeah.
there is a artifact portal on Helminth, yeah. Looks like Dan and Disputed are pausing for a minute, so I'll just slide on over to red team so we can kind of see more of the board while we get a chance. I think, yes, Daniel.
Just a heads up, netcode issue. We're just pausing for a second to let Dio's net calm the F down.
Okay, just tell help does
It is.
that. That's fine. I assume
Okay.
you're doing something. All right, so they're just having some internet issues. We'll just let them chill for a second then. That's all good. Okay. And we're back. Yeah, one of the bigger obstacles to overcome with, things like this is just internet, usually. And even one of our players just isn't able to even play this mode because it's co-op. Oh, we have a family event on stage 2. This would be an excellent stage to get the egg achievement done. Probably
Is
only
Wisps as
need
well?
like 15 wisps on average. So you're not going to cut it close to the exact cooldown every time. I'm assuming still need a lot. Probably like 20 because they're just going to hit a couple in a row. But we'll see how they do it. No fuel array for blue team, so it looks like they're just leaving that one behind. But it makes sense because, for the bingos that they're looking at, it doesn't really give them one, I don't believe. So it's okay, but can't go back now. What they could do is if they beat Mithrix fast enough, they can actually reset the run and then go get that on the second time through. So that is definitely an opportunity for them. Always got to consider that kind of stuff. I'm surprised that Disputed's not actually going for it here. But just the egg. I would probably just be telling Dan, like, hey, don't even kill any of these. Let me just kill them all
Yeah,
with
just
egg.
leave him.
Or like, if I hit a wisp with egg, you can then shoot it or something. But I'm sure they'll figure it out at some point. Or maybe they are just leaving it till Sky Meadow and they're not even worried about it at all. They don't want to think about it now. Oh, and they get a Soulbound from the Adaptive Chest. Which
Nice.
they get 2 Soulbounds, actually. Which actually could be a neat way of getting the unique equipment one done as well. Maybe just kill rocks and get some cooldown fast.
I forgot
depending
that
on what it
Self-Stars
is.
work on those things.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's one of the neater implementations of it, I think.
They've just failed the having more than one item on one person thing.
Well, that is kind of a hard one, and honestly, in the last run, if you can just have the mental to just move past that one and just like, okay, how many other ones can we just get super fast and have a good run here? I think that's okay.
Yeah.
It is a tough tile. It's very, very difficult. And another Void Seed. Just a lot of Void Seeds today. A lot more than I thought there'd be. Another Sail Star for red team. Okay, they have some options here. Looks like they're going for equipments to see if they can get anything cool. They do get that egg. I hope they do remember that they have that egg achievement coming up. They are looking around for it, I think, on their board. So also on stage 2, we do have a Shrine of Shaping. So no one here is really too worried about getting killed. Probably just gonna spawn the teleporter, fight the Grove Tenders. Hopefully we get a little Disciple. That's kind of one of the coolest parts about Wisp events in particular, that we can have little
True.
Disciples on other stages. Oh man, just looking at a blue team's board, they're so close at getting so many. I said if they get to the moon, they pretty much guaranteed get that top line. So hopefully.
Yeah, because they're really struggling if they don't get those bingos.
Yeah, they're gonna be so far behind.
It's neck and neck.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully the devs can figure out a path forward here, because like the two tiles they have, they are kind of in a line, right? So which ones are those, by the way?
Maybe that's their plan.
Endangered species, they have to find a void touched Lemurian. They have to get an antler, that's pretty easy. And then, they have to pet the frog after leaving the ship. That's actually very doable for them, honestly.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
If I was them, how much of a multiplier does getting a bingo actually give you? Would they win if they got that bingo?
They would get
And the
5
other team
more
didn't?
points. So if
All right.
nothing changed at all from blue teams and they had the same score as they do now, it would be a tie, actually.
Yes, indeed.
And like you can see how many more tiles that blue team has, but like with no bingos, it's like, well, you know, what are you gonna do?
So it's all to play for. Come on, boys.
They can totally do it, and blue team totally can mess up here. No little Disciple from TP, but that's okay. Warhorn is actually a buff as well for the empowered tile. There's a lot of buffs they have to think about here. Already in their build, looking at Dan,
I was just say Dan's racking them up.
Yeah, Bolstering Lantern, we have Wake of Vultures, which could give a couple. War Banner is one. Warhorn is one. Breaching Fin is one. We're getting really close to that point where... And then we also have the Shrine of Shaping buff on them right now. I don't think they could get it this stage, though. Not unless Dan kills a few elites at once. Probably not even enough elites on the stage to do that, but... You do need a lot of the white item buff items for that one. Bands also work. We can get Opal, Echo. We can get Antlers. There's a couple of greens as well. Predatory works. And obviously a few reds. Braincoat works. Some fun ones. And then obviously like stage interactables like Shrine of Shaping and things. Shrine of Shaping actually gives you 2 buffs. But one is that temporary invincibility buff at the start of the... when you activate it, so could get a lot here. And there's also equipments that give you buffs as well.
And it'd be easier for him later on when he's killing multiple elites at once to rack up those debuffs.
For sure.
Probably going to have to wait for later on in the run for that.
There is a key box here for Dan. Just a Lepton Daisy. That's tough. Actually, looking on Bruno's screen, and there we go. They get the following thing. So they are going for that bingo line. That is perfect.
Yep.
I would think about kind of getting that egg on this one too. Just see if you can. This is a pretty easy one to get that egg achievement on. Very fortunately, so. I'm actually very happy that blue team is spending the time to loot here as well. After loadout 1, I was kind of worried that they would kind of not loot that much, but seeing them really dive in and pretty much get everything this stage really feels like they're playing well. They do have to make it to the moon, though, in 35 minutes. They're on stage 3. Oh, we can see Bruno going for it right now. Oh, might actually drop it if he doesn't... Oh, Damn. You can't hit the same enemy twice to refresh the duration, so Bruno dropped the egg. Oh, and look at that. For blue team, all they need is one sticky bomb, and they get the tile to collect every white item in the bottom right corner. So that's kind of nice. One away from that one. That's an extra points. They're kind of looking at these fuel cells as well in the bazaar and seeing, hey, maybe we can get that tile for unique equipments, and maybe that can be kind of a neat one. Oh, you know what they're thinking of? This is so smart.
Mm.
I think they're looking at the equipments in the Lunar Shop here and looking at the fuel cell in the Bazaar Soup and saying we can get the unique equipments one right now in the bazaar without ever actually having to leave.
Ah.
I don't think they're going to go for it though, but they definitely could. They're definitely thinking about it.
Yeah, he's pinging it. He's
You can
pinging it. Oh,
see
here we
the
go.
thought process. Oh yeah, okay. Looks like
cheeky little mercurial rackets.
I guess that's fair. I guess they weren't going for the other one. I guess there was only one equipment actually. It was the meteorite. Maybe
Well, that counts as a buff. That's why he's picked that up.
Oh, nice. Very good. I'm surprised they didn't go for fuel cells though. Maybe it was just too risky. Ooh, Bruno's losing watches here on stage 2. Does have the Shrine of Shaping buff.
Oh.
So it's okay, but does
Ouch.
lose the egg chain there, unfortunately. You do take damage in egg, contrary to popular new player belief, unfortunately. So all those wisps just do kind of gang up on you. Oh, trying again, back on the saddle.
Yeah, it's going again.
Hopefully he does
moving
get it.
around.
And
How long is it for again? A minute?
1 minute. Yeah. It's tough.
Oh,
Blue
he
team,
just-
by the way, is
okay,
on
straight back into it again.
to on to stage 3. That's a good thing about egg. Like, by the time you're done with this, like going through enemies and resetting the duration, it's practically back up again. It's super fun. I think it's really tough for him right now. If you're not the host player in a lobby, it's really difficult to control egg actually. So maybe that was more of a pickup for Carter there, maybe. But hey, maybe it's annoying enough to Bruno right now. Maybe that he'll fix it.
I was just thinking that exact same thing. That'll
And
be
maybe-
a priority fix.
We'll design the tiles around all the most annoying parts of the game so that they'll fix them. All right.
Do void
Red
fields in
team-
less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. Red team kind of looking at kind of the same bizarre situation as blue team had, kind of thinking about what they want to do. They are kind of thinking about dreaming, and they are actually going to Scorch Acres here. Interesting. As opposed to Rally Point Delta and printing in Aegis.
Why
I've
did he
never
do that?
I've never seen that in my life.
Why did he do that? Just
I
for
don't
the fucking memes?
Maybe. I don't know why they chose to go to Scorch Acres. Maybe they're looking for equipment tri-shops on this map. I'm not sure. That would be a nice bonus, though, for sure.
Does he maybe think that counts as destroying, breaking 5 items? I don't know.
I hope not. Oh, man.
That's the only possible reason why I could think he would have done that.
I don't even think he has any healing yet. Nope. Does have the beautiful rejuvenation rack though.
You've
It's
got
the
rack.
long con setup, surely. Meanwhile, it looks like blue team is getting a little bit closer to the empowered tile, getting 9 unique buffs. We do have Pauldron as well, kind of entering that, which is a unique buff itself.
Nice.
A lot of cool ones here. Definitely could get like Gorag's Opus to get the frenzied buff as well. Is there another equipment that gives you a buff? I thought there was. I can't remember it. Oh, Elephant. That's what it was. They got options. And there is Fun Fund for red team. So you're getting some of their tiles back. They just have to be careful not to spend any more this run. You know, it's kind of a fun thing to see. If you get Fun Fund, right? So you spend exactly 5 lunar coins in a run, and you go to the moon and you do all your stuff, and you have the tile to go pet the frog. People forget that the
You spent
frog,
a coin.
costs a coin, and so we've seen people fail that before, and not remember. So we'll see if they end up going to the moon this run, and we'll see what happens there. But
I assume you only need to pet it once and not 10 times.
yeah, just one time. Fortunately, there is no need to pet it more than once. Ever.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
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 I'm actually surprised the blue team is still kind of on this stage doing stuff. I would have thought they would have left by now, or at least loot up everything. Looks like they are really prepping for the teleporter and stuff. There is a echo, which is good. I think Dan should pick that up for his empowered tile. It's in one of the multi-shops. Dan should be really close by this point. Probably just a few like elite kills and he's there. But we'll see. Oh, it actually looks like Disputed robbed him, took the watch for himself instead. Nah, that's fair. That's all right. It's gonna be one of those things where like they might watch it back and be like, I hate my teammates. What are they doing? But actually getting some damage is good too. Has let me check if blue team has done the blood money tile actually. They have. Okay, cool. So there were some blood shrines on the stage. Unfortunately, red team is not on the same stage 3. So they can't get these nice, cool blood shrines that are kind of here. If they wouldn't have dreamed, they would have maybe been closer to that tile. Although dreaming did give them Fun Fund, so that was part of why they did that. Yeah, the red team's favorite tile, getting the blood shrines. Surely they'll get it again at some points. Actually, with the upcoming stages, I don't know if they'll be able to. But we'll see. Might have to loop for it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what stages they spawn on either.
All right, blue team's trying to teleport.
At the moment, they're praying for a void seed with an Elder Lemurian in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, they got to get to stage 5 as well, which they got plenty of time. Oh, sorry, to go to the moon as well and kill Mithrix.
One of the
which they got plenty of time for.
One of the cooler things about the pinging an Elder Lemurian title is Void Touch. You can just make one. You know, you can get a cradle and just let the bug get it. I don't think anyone's been brave enough to do that yet in these, but I think it'll happen at some point. But yeah, I mean, we have seen a lot of Void Seeds today. I'm actually very surprised that we haven't seen, or maybe if we have seen an Elder Lemurian Void Touch, they just didn't think about it, because there are a lot of tiles.
They've got Abyssal Depths. They've got Abyssal Depths next. That always spawns a load of Elder Lemurians, so they might get lucky.
Yeah, that and Sky Meadow too. I think they have a pretty good chance, honestly. I wouldn't count them out yet.
It's just petting the frog. Yeah, and they've got 4 tiles now. So if they did manage to do that, and the other team didn't get any more, which they probably will, they're still in the game.
I mean, unironically, yeah, they could still win, which is crazy because like you look at it and you feel like one team is so far ahead, but since no one has a bingo, it's like, you know, game's still open. Also, I mean, like we've seen in Loadout 1 today, tiles can be lost quite often. So,
yep.
Although it does look like blue team is kind of taking it a little bit more careful here on this run. They're looting a lot more. They're looting a lot slower. They're just trying to make sure that they do not die. Actually, looking on the ground right in front of Dan, those extra 2 equipments, that would have been the perfect time to try to get the Swiss Army knife if they had printed 1 more fuel cell. Too bad.
True.
There's a lot of points where they could definitely get it, but it's just it's a hard one to set up.
There is a Void Seed on the
Oh,
Abyssal Depth as well.
I think we're gonna see it then. The thing is, though,
Yeah.
if the Elder Lemurian spawns, well, if it's a natural spawn and you don't have to make it via like an infestor, Dan and Disputer are definitely gonna get that tile too. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Oh, and actually, if they get that tile, Dan and Disputed, since they're going to the moon, will probably pet the frog after Mithrix as well, and we'll get another bingo on the left. So Dan and Disputer are really setting up here on this last run to get a couple in a row.
It's setting up for a slam dunk.
Yeah. We'll see how many points they end with, but I mean, they're definitely looking at a lot. Oh, it looks like yeah, one of the devs is actually dead. Bruno's dead.
Ooh,
So
yikes.
tough. Hopefully Carter can get this. What Carter could actually do is Artie right here is just kind of float over the edge, and the imps will just fall off the bosses. So I don't know if he knows that one, but he just goes right over the edge. He'll be good. And empowered. Blue team got it. Really good job.
Oh, nice.
And that actually should be a bingo for blue team. The first bingo of the day. Wow. Everyone say
Refresh
bingo.
the
You win a
page.
free DLC key if you say it. For sure. We have 1,000 keys. That's not true. Did we see an elder in there? I don't think so. They're gonna have to make one. So that does open the possibility of being a unique tile for red team there.
Yeah, I was so laser focused on looking for that Elder Lemurian, I didn't notice that one of them died.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough. Like something really important is happening on like one side of the screen, and then you look back and you see, oh no, red team died and lost revolutionist
and
right
they-
now.
and they just did, yeah.
That's a tough one to lose too. Well, actually, you can get it
Not the
back pretty
Artificer.
easily with Artie. Yeah. It's all right.
Especially if they do it on Mithrix, if they get that far.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and another
Oh.
quick death for Carter, though. So now Bruno kind of has to carry this teleporter. Don't worry. He's got Aegis.
He's got Wongus now as well, and with Rejuverak. So
Eh,
he's
well,
going to be
proc.
overhealing and getting that barrier.
Surely, let's see.
Come on.
Ah,
Yay, got some barrier now.
I can post
Sick.
the Aegis emote. Oh, that's a fun one. Let me just double check my board is updating. I may need to yell at Sulky. Maybe. It looks like Dev Teams was really thinking about restarting there. They don't really want to lose any more tiles. They don't really have that many more to lose. So, and you know what's really tough? Or let me see where the Revolutionist tile is. Oh, my board is not updating right now, so give me a minute. But it
Yeah,
was in the
mine-
line for it was in the left side, so that's the one they really needed. They can just really focus on getting that one back with Artie. It's no big deal. Getting Mithrix or like the execute on Mithrix will probably give it to him.
Mhm.
So I guess they don't actually have to worry about that one too much. Oh, they lost Frugalist though. That's
Yikes.
tough. I don't want to say it's going to start snowballing, but it definitely could. We'll see.
See, this is why I don't play multiplayer.
Because
Because
your teammate spends all the greens on Aegis, or
yeah. prints 5 really good green items. I think maybe the Lepton Daisy was the only one that they wouldn't miss, but like the Noxious Thorn went, and something else good went as well. But Aegis, that's going to be my first question when they come in here. Is, so walk me through the Aegis print.
Oh man, this is a tough situation for them. They just don't really have a lot of damage, and they aren't using the drop tech, so might actually take them a while here to even just get through this teleporter. But blue team is looking pretty good. They have not lost their negative tile yet. They are done with stage 4, just picking up the last few things, and a Dio's on Dan as well, just for extra measure. They're looking kind of crazy.
This is a really solid run.
Mm-hmm.
And they're about to rack up a couple more, I think.
This is the first like actual just solid run of the day I think we've seen. Just like they're looking fine, you know, especially Dan's looking pretty good right now. Getting some free razor wire here, and Disputed's, yeah, he's going for the rocks right now. Please hit a rock. Please hit a rock. Okay, he's got it. Jesus. Oh, he needs to just fly in a straight line. Oh my god. He needs to fly in a straight line as the rocks are coming at him.
This is some big brain egging.
Looks like he's staying close to the spawn point of the rocks over here. It is actually a lot trickier than he's made it out to be, because he's already failed twice. So...
No void seeds. Maybe got to keep an eye out for some void cradles.
Oh yeah, we don't have that elder yet. There have been... Yeah. Go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, I think that would be another bingo for them. I think. I'm not totally sure. I thought, well, they'll still need to get to the moon and do the...
Oh, they're doing it right now. Look at this.
Like oh, there we go. Nice.
And they got it. Beautiful. What a nice setup for that, too.
They've now got to pet the frog, and then that's another bingo.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they're well on par for petting the frog.
They do have 20 minutes to do that, so... That to be pretty good. Dispute's trying again for the egg one. He's got to stay in here for a minute, and this is like not so easy.
It can use those turret things. I can't remember what they're called, to help as well when you can't quite get one in time.
You can hit the alpha constructs.
Alpha
just failed it.
They're called.
Dan found a Seed of Life, which is a nice find actually pre-Mithrix here. Just some extra comfort going into the fight that no one's gonna spend the time on the bench. Man, Disputed just cannot hit these rocks. They're just a little bit harder than he thought they'd be.
I think he might have done that intentionally so that the Elder Lemurian doesn't just slap him. Possibly, I'm not too sure.
I think what he's going to do, he's going to start from back here. Yeah, and he's going to try to work his way forward. Though I think he started too close. I think if he just turned around right now and let the rocks walk into him, he'd be good. Because they're way faster than he is.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Nope. Oh, that's tough. The devs did get through stage 3 TP, by the way. So that is good for them. Left behind a recycler. Unfortunate.
Ouch.
All right, let's see. Empowered, I know that the blue team has. But we haven't seen that flow into the site yet, so we'll see it soon. But I know that blue team should have a bingo because they have that one. So I think they have, what, 17 points right now, or should. Magma Worm on TP here on stage 5. We did see a transmitter proc from Disputed, but it looks like he's okay.
Mhm.
Just got to make sure
Recovered.
that he doesn't get hit by that worm. On E8, if the worm touches you, you get sent into the floor and die instantly. So got to be a little bit careful that it
Ouch.
doesn't give you a hug. Looks like they're doing good though. I'd be very
Yeah,
shocked
they're
if
doing this fine.
blue team were to have a team wipe here. And going forward in Mythics as well, we have a custom mod to make it so that Mythics' pizza attack is actually client side, which is
Actually
crazy that
works.
it's not. But we shouldn't see any accidental netcode deaths or anything like that on Mythics.
Cool.
Disputed is looking kind of worse for wear here.
Yeah, not got much healing.
He does have that Seed of Life, but
Yeah.
you know what would be a good way to do the Swiss Army Knife tile is to die with Seed of Life in your inventory and then immediately use like an equipment that you fall on or something. That'd be a fun way to do it.
Going back to doing the egg.
You think he's gonna do it? I don't know. It looks like he's wasting a lot of time to try to get that one done. And let me see where that one is on the board actually. It
What's
doesn't
she say?
really coincide with any of their tie or their bingos, so probably a little bit of a waste.
And they can obviously easily pillar skip, but how much time do they want to leave themselves to comfortably, with this sort of build, to comfortably do Mithrix and get to the frog and back to the ship?
I don't know. They're running out
How much
because
time?
they also have to do pillars, right, for another tile for that bingo. So
Oh, true. Yeah.
you have to walk across the moon, which takes a minute or two. Do the pillars. Let's say that's another minute. Get up to the arena. They could probably use the vents at that point. Probably another minute. I mean, we're looking like we're running out of time soon, depending on
Yeah.
how fast the fight is. I don't know how quick it'll be for them, but we'll see. They got to start thinking about moving though. They're kind of worrying me. Looks like Disputed's looking for some other stuff. There is a vase over on the other side of the map, which will speed up things a lot. All right, so now they have a lot more time to work with here for stage 5, and they are leaving on to stage 6. Beautiful. Dan also does have a Prion, so can use that. Does he have a band? He has a Void
He's got a
band.
Vand.
Well, it's something, I guess.
that exists.
Yeah. An unfortunate key box for them there, just a Gore's Tome and a shipping request for him. Not really much to do with that on the moon. So, as a recap for Dan and Disputed, they need to get the logbook on the stage, they need to do pillars, and they need to kill a perfected enemy. And then they need to pet the frog going out here. So they have 4 tiles to get on the stage, and they have to remember to do all of them. If they don't get the logbook, for instance, like right now, it might disappear by the time the Mythics fight is done. So, something to consider.
Have you ever had people complete the board before?
No, never. It's
I don't
pretty
think
tough.
we're in any risk of the devs doing that today.
No. Now, even Disputed and Dan are not even going to be able to do it at all. They still have to, like, for example, the Fuel Ray one, they'd have to restart. Which, I mean,
True.
I guess if they had enough time, they could do it if they were fast enough, but I am not so inclined to believe that they could do that one and everything else. I don't think.
The devs have managed to void touch a worm there.
Yeah, the wrong one, I think. That one's a really scary one because that enemy has a lot of base
Yeah.
damage. Gotta be careful. Especially when you're Merc. Dashing at the wrong time and you know, take a little bit of damage. There's a Growth Nectar Soup for blue team there. They're thinking about something, seeing if they can get rid of anything. This is their first pillar. I don't know. So, by the way, just a fun tip. Charging a pillar together doesn't make it faster. So,
Oh.
they could just split up. I know they're trying their best, but hey, and then there's the kill one of
they got the
every
blue one,
elite.
yeah.
Beautiful. And that's a big tile to get as well. And there we can see the website updated properly. We have empowered done on blue team. So they do have that full bingo line from earlier. And they should be able to get the top line here and the left-hand line as well. Just on the stage. So we'll see that Big Game Hunter one come in soon, I believe.
The boys are still chipping away at that magma worm.
Oh man, they've had a tough time with the teleporters today in their run.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like they're almost done with their second pillar, and then they're done. Reminder, as rules of the bingo, you only have to do 2 pillars to finish Pillars on the Moon. And now they're just going to use this vase to get up. Just going to find a spot to use it. Disputed, use it in the middle of the air.
I think they've actually done 4 pillars, or is it being changed so that you only need 2 pillars to get to the thing?
Yeah, the latter.
Oh, yeah, they're going for the log.
Did remember the log, thank God. They almost forgot.
Disputed might start the fight before. No, he's not. He's staying.
Yeah, you have to have both players in
Yeah.
there. It's all good.
Oh, do you?
And-
I thought it teleported the other player up.
I would love that if that were the case. And there we go. We have another.
Why do I remember that happening?
We have another full bingo line on blue team at the top row. And now to get the left-hand side, all they need to do is kill Mithrix and
Maybe that's
pet
False
the
Sun I'm
frog.
thinking of.
Maybe. I've never played False Sun multiplayer, have I? I don't know. I'm not sure. Is that happening with Voidling? Maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Actually, no, because I remember like you can set up your teammate like underneath Voidling before it starts. Okay, Mithrix fight. Our first Mithrix fight today. Wow.
And
Spoilers.
they got
It's
plenty
Mithrix.
of time as well. They got 10 minutes to kill him and get to the frog.
Yeah, and especially with Artificer on the team, just freezing him so he has a third less health every phase. Just
Yeah.
should be good to go. Now they just have to remember to actually hit the frog and get back in time. But they do have a vase, so I think everything's gonna work out just fine.
I think it probably will. They've done really well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone had a pretty tough loadout one, but blue team really came back and hit hard, especially in this last loadout here. They really completed a lot of the bingos that they needed to. So really good for them. The devs, though, I hope they had a fun time, is what I'll say.
You can tell that Bruno's enjoying himself. He was all happy and smiles, even though he was they had already pretty much lost after the first round. But he still seems in good spirits. I think they're definitely enjoying themselves.
That's the most important part. All right, phase 2
Because I don't
Mithrix for blue
think
team.
that
Mhm.
I don't think Bruno will have ever played much like modded or like played anything other than vanilla Risk of Rain. So this is the first time you play modded stuff. It's quite exciting.
Yeah.
He'll have that buzz as well.
Just like, ooh, something new, something
Yeah.
sparkly.
Something new to do in this game that I've got hundreds of hours in.
Yeah, hundreds.
It's one of the reasons why I quite like playing modded stuff when I used to stream.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of really fun mods in this game, and I think probably the modding community is the reason why it is as popular as it still is today, or is one of the biggest things
Yeah,
I'd
definitely.
attribute to that. It's just such a
100%.
fun sandbox that you can just do so many things with.
Definitely.
Looks like blue team's entering phase 3 right now. This should be a quick one. I'm just wondering, like, can they do anything else on the beginning of like stage 1 if they reset the seed or something like that? They might be able to pull off
I haven't got
some.
anything on the bottom row. Let's have a look. Pick up every item in the common tier. They could potentially still do that.
They haven't gotten the sticky bomb yet. That's crazy.
Maybe stay in the volcanic egg for 60 seconds, but that's unlikely on a stage 1. Break 10 items if they get a no, they won't really be able to do that. 7 unique debuffs on a single enemy. How's no one got that yet?
That one's kind of hard to do. And it looks like dev team wiped again, unfortunately. It's another minus tile for them. I think they might be able to do the egg one because they get it on stage 1. Maybe. They'd have to just be very careful to not accidentally die while doing it is all. And just really coordinate not killing any of the enemies or anything like that. Or, I mean, I guess they could just take the egg, go right to stage 2 and do it there. Because we know that the stage 2 has a family event for Wisps.
True.
Rough. Also, we have blue team into phase 4 right now. Hopefully nothing horrible happens. Surely. Mythic's throwing down Rakkus. Gotta be a little bit careful. A little bit of a preemptive freeze. Uh-oh, Dan actually taking some damage here. Gotta be a little careful. And the Pram comes
phase
in.
4 always terrifies me.
It's scary. He has all your items. What are you gonna do? Or something. I'm actually surprised that these guys didn't find a way to skip phase 4 here. I know they didn't have a fireband, but there were some ways. Alright, hopefully Disputed uses that vase to get to the tunnel. We need that frog pet.
This seems to be hanging there. What are the other ways of skipping phase 4 other than bans? Bans was the only one I was aware of.
Yeah, basically if you just hit Mythrix with any sort of like, I say frame perfect, but if you hit him as he spawns with something, a lot of the time you can have abilities that kind of linger in the air and for a few frames, and those give you more time.
They're not going for the frog.
Maybe what Disputed is doing is waiting for the vase to come back, or they forgot.
Sorry to interrupt you there. I was like, why aren't they going for the frog?
I hope they do. I hope they remember. They had to remember a lot of things. I mean, it is like one of the tiles they need for a full bingo, so... Oh, no, it looks like he's going for it. He is setting up. Just want to make sure that they got a ship charge, which is actually like a fair thing to do there. And here we go. We'll see a frog being pets. They just have to get back to the ship now, so they have a minute now.
Yeah.
They might not have enough time. No, they have enough time. Dispute was able to charge the ship still. I was thinking a single player for some reason. Like, if there's a single player, not enough time. And there we go. Just has to touch the ship and we're good. I mean, all in all. Oh, and look at that. The tactical vase from Disputed to get him back to the ship. And there we go. There's that that last bingo tile coming right up. I'm curious whether they can do anything else, but that is 3 full bingos for blue team, right at the very last bit of that run. Excellent stuff. Oh,
And
it
what
looks
they
like
do that I never do is they skip the credits before my name appears on the screen, which is unacceptable.
yeah, mine didn't even show up on the screen that time. It's the last one.
I'm about to say,
Should
yeah,
wait.
you're all in the credits now. You need to, although you need to just wait to the end of the credits. Mine's right at the tippy top.
Yeah. We should move mine
Goku
up
Games
there. I
privilege.
think that's fair.
Yeah, I might petition for that to happen. Goku Games and race.
Yeah, just as like a and race. Just because. So with 2 minutes on the clock, I don't know what these guys have in mind. Actually, you know what's crazy? They could actually finish the fuel array tile if they were fast enough. It's like not really possible, but like technically speaking,
How could they do that in 2 minutes?
they could charge the I mean, they'd have to have a vase probably, like instantly get to TP, but they can get to the House Knight, get that done super fast on tier 1, and then just get through one teleporter, and then they can potentially get there. Not like realistically, not obviously anymore, but
But it's physically possible.
I think with 3 or 4 minutes they could do it. And there we go. The devs are done. So we'll just switch over to blue team point of view right now. We'll bring the devs in and see how they're feeling.
I've got a burning question. I've got a burning question for these boys.
Jesus
Before
Christ.
anything else gets discussed, right? Walk us through that Aegis print in the bazaar. What was the thinking? Why? What went on there?
The what? In the what? Sorry.
When you printed 5 pretty decent green items into a single Aegis
I
in the bazaar.
know that was terrible. I honestly thought I thought it was another item, and I was trying to go fast. That was terrible.
Oh no. We're all thinking like, what could he be thinking right now? Like, what's the strategy
No,
for
That
Aegis
was
there?
that was a bad choice.
Well, the day is done. I'm sorry to say that you guys lost this one, but hopefully you had fun.
We had that.
Oh, a lot of fun. Are you kidding me? I want to do this again. This is amazing.
Hell yeah. And the other guys are just finishing up right now. The other team, we're waiting for it to update in the moment, but they got 3 full bingo lines.
Jesus, good for them.
They ended up getting
Yeah,
some points on there.
There was a chance during that last one where if they didn't get any more and you got that bingo that you were going for on the left hand side, you actually would have beaten them. But unfortunately, they had too many stored up ready for that last stage, and they just knocked about 3 off.
Mhm.
Yeah. Once we died and we lost that kind of row, it was pretty over.
Yep.
Let's bring them in. Hey guys.
Hey.
So
Hey, killers.
you guys won. Congrats on getting 3 bingos in the last run there. Hell yeah. You guys did super
That
well.
was
Line up
amazing.
nicely.
You were just
Thank
like
you.
missing 1 or 2 off from like a couple more as
Yeah.
well. Like when it gets that full, there's so many that start flowing in.
That goddamn sticky bomb.
Oh, I know. You guys never got it.
Never
That's
found it.
tough.
Never found it.
Very cool.
Yeah,
By the
Very
way,
fun though.
while we're talking, I have another giveaway to do. Let's do that right now. One more DLC 3 code to give away to you guys. Let's see here. All right, and you already know what the code is. It is Aegis. Good luck on winning this one, everybody. We'll roll that in a minute. So, from loadout 1, blue team, you had a tough run there, but you guys brought it back really well, especially in the third one. You did super well. I think the third run, like
Got 20 points or something in that last one.
yeah, you also
Nice.
didn't have to worry about spice variety anymore, so I think your run was obviously better.
Yeah. That
Um,
a lot.
It did give you a bingo though, so it definitely was worth going for in the second loadout there too. But really good job, everybody.
man.
I mean, this
I
was
love bingo.
it was a tough day and it was a stressful day, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun.
So fun.
Awesome to
fun.
watch everyone kind of tackle the tiles in kind of different ways. No one got the unique equipments in 5 seconds one. There were some neat
Yeah, I
ways you could have done it, but
I thought for sure, man, we lined up so many times to need two
Yeah.
equipments on one stage and just never gave it to us. We're really
Mm.
praying we get it with Captain and the
Yeah.
resupply beacon, but just never came our way, dude.
that's the one I thought you
Never
guys were
gave.
gonna do it on. I think there was like
Yeah.
a fuel cell somewhere that run 2. It was close. No one got
It was,
the
like, it was in soup.
yeah. No one got
It was
the
fuel cell
Noxious
soup
Thorn
and
one
you were
either.
looking at like the lunar equipments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really eyeing off that fuel cell, man. I really wanted it. I really wanted it.
I think you could have gotten
Yeah,
it that
but,
run if you
um,
went for it. Oh, also disputed
Yeah,
the egg
we're going for the
with
buffs as well.
the
Yeah,
rocks
I
and
was
everything.
struggling with that.
Yeah, I know you
I thought
came in
it'd be
here.
way easier.
Yeah, you were like, oh, I'll just do that on Sky Meadow, and then like it was very hard to keep
was
those
hard.
rocks going.
Yeah, tough.
And
Yeah,
also
very,
you
very
kept
fun.
the
It's great to
you
have a
kept the
bank.
negative all day, by the way.
Yeah,
I know you had
dude,
to
we were real
reset
close
for it
losing that
once.
Stage 1.
Yeah,
Dio screamed at me to fucking reset.
he's like,
one,
reset
man.
now. You know,
Mhm.
Dude, it
That's
was, that square is so oppressing if you don't have a nice setup. It's terrifying.
hmm
But like that's a square where I feel like you could easily fall in the trap of just trying to keep it, and then you spend way more energy doing that than
yeah, for
focusing on
sure.
the other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
So I was worried about. I was worried that was going to happen to us at the start there, but Dio made the right call,
Uh huh.
and we did the reset for sure.
Tactical. All right. Do we want a winner for the DLC 3? You can be here for this one this time, Dan. I'll allow it.
Hey,
Let's see. Who's our
Yay.
winner? It is Legendary Fartmaster 313. Who won, man?
Yes, I
Love
was
it.
praying for
Love
legendary
it.
Fart Master to win there.
Say something in
Dude, my
chat
old
so I
account
know
won.
you
Let's go.
won. He says, yo. All right. Message Risk of Resources on Twitch or
That's
me
too funny.
on Twitch. Either one works, and I will hook you up with a key after the stream. GG, man. Hell yeah.
GG, legendary fart master. Well done, man.
GG, legendary Fart Master. Yes, mate.
Dude,
Anyway.
that's what Jody calls me.
Oh,
man.
unfortunate. All right. Well, that is the end of the stream. So hopefully everyone enjoyed. If you want to see more events like this, we host stuff like this every single week and have been doing it for about 2 years, believe it or not, with Risk of Rain events. And you can join the Discord there to find out when the next one is going to be. We love doing this stuff. It is our absolute favorite. And seriously, thanks to the devs for joining us on this one today. This was so cool. I've wanted to do this for so long, and I hope everyone enjoyed the new bingo event. Really, we
I
put a
don't
lot
want
of
to speak
time
for
into it.
Bruno and Carter, but I think we can almost definitely guarantee that we're back again to show them that we can win. Right,
Hell
boys?
We
yeah.
need a rematch.
Okay,
We need
yeah,
a
let's do it.
rematch. Yeah.
Oh yeah, brother.
Seriously, anytime. And thanks, chat, for watching. We appreciate it. If you guys want to check us out on YouTube, we have our edited down videos of the races and stuff that we put up there. And on the website, you can actually apply to be a racer as well. You can participate in the events and start training for stuff like this. So go to riskofresources.com/apply and everything. But seriously, thanks everyone for today. Make sure you go check out the new Dev Diary by Gearbox today. Super cool stuff for DLC 3 coming around the corner. And hopefully everyone who got a key today, I mean, I'll message you after, but GG on that too. And we'll see you guys next week for another event. Anyway,